Welcome everybody to the Bracket B Finals match. I am Saturn. I'm joined by Eirik and Lexin.
Hey guys, what's going on? Big match today.
Absolutely, and really excited to be alongside you two. For what I mean, we've had to pivot over to like the Bracket B, right? Which, unfortunately, server hitting delays, which aren't like super common, but like I feel like they have a tendency to come around at pretty bad times. Shoutouts to Lightning Storms killing the Mario Kart Wii servers for fun. But yeah, we have a really fun match ahead of us, and I think with AP and AV, I mean, obviously two teams that are very storied in the scene. We'll kind of take a look at the AP lineup coming up here. I'm really curious from you, Lexin or Smash. I mean, obviously you're very familiar with these folks. Thoughts on the lineup, maybe even in general, or looking just as we go into the AV matchup, how they fare generally against the team.
Yeah, AP, really strong team, has really shown up in the past few months with a lot of great additions. They are missing Mike, who is a key element to their team. He's playing for JX for this tournament. But they had a great showing against Lightspeed, having a good big match 2 win by almost over 100 points actually. So we're going to see a lot of key players like Batcake being up on the front. Chills, Torp, Thunder also playing a good support, and I do believe they have Acme as a sub, and Kaizo been getting back into bagging recently. He's been coming back. He's just another strong bagger for them. So I think if they play well, they can definitely take this match.
So looking at this AP roster, they're likely going to be playing Thunder, Torp, Chills, Batcake, and Kaizo's the banger, and Acme as sub. I think they're all very strong runners, especially Batcake is probably their strongest runner just by lines alone. But they do also have Thunder, who is a very experienced player and is actually one of the more I would say faster improving players, because he's playing on national teams. He's playing in all the good teams. I think he played for KG for a while. So yeah, his stint with KG I feel like has really molded him into the experienced player he is today. Very much ahead of his years, I would say, if we're gonna go by age. But Chills and Torp also very good additions to round out the roster. I feel like this roster doesn't have any holes in it.
Yeah,
it's just very solid, very complete, and I feel like they have a really good chemistry overall, and they're just all good players with good item usage and good driving. So that's all about I have to say. I don't know about Kaizo. Kaizo as a bagger, as you said, I'm not very familiar with him, but I do register him as a player that's been improving, and he's really just a force to be reckoned with, because AP obviously had to beat L to get to the finals here, and he had to play against Evan, and Evan is recognized as a really good bagger. So, he's just proven that he can play really, really good matches, and he can get the shot for his team. So, I'm very excited for this.
I guess I'm really curious how Kaiser's going to look up, especially because it looks like, I mean, from the first match versus between AP and L, Kaizo was, I think, subbed out as the bagger after 2 GPs, right? So I'm curious to see, like, that was a very close match, and then the match after, I think maybe Acme bagged, I think, coming in for AP. So yeah, I'm actually curious to see, like, what the move, if Kaizo, how does he perform when put back into this match, if it just needed a little bit of a break or something. And yeah, Evan, a pretty notable bagger to be concerned with. So obviously, like, obviously the concern is warranted there. But maybe Kaizo just a break needed. That's all they needed. But with that said, we'll go to the Avail matchup really quickly before starting up. I believe everyone's ready. But in the meantime, Joris, Ollie, Frey, Kevin, Lucid, and Crash. I'd be so scared of playing this lineup. Yeah, Lexin, thoughts on all this European squad, really?
Well, I think the first thing to notice is that this lineup from Avail is very much more tenured than AP. A lot of the AP players, I think they just sort of recently got big, started being top players in the scene, while these five have been pretty established for quite some time now. Crash being just in the scene for so long with Lucid, Kevin, strong Germany lineup right here, Olafray being a world record holder on KC and a good TTer, and George has been bagging for AV for so long. And look at these averages as well, 35 plus, 30. So it's going to be a big showing from Avail. Really excited to see how they play. I'd watch out for definitely that German squad, Kevin, Lucid, Crash, as they've been just tearing up Mogi Lounge and Wars in general. So those are the three players I'd watch out for.
Honestly, I don't think that's quite right, because I feel like AV has always been very consistent. I feel like AV's always been very good. I mean, at least good enough for D1, but they've gone through some roster reorganizations, as most of the core that was in AV last year has migrated to SE, and now they're making great strides in D1 and MKPS, and now the remainder of what AV has is what you're seeing right now. So, Kevin, Lucid, Olafray, Joris are all still playing MKPS and AV. And I feel like that core, it's still just as strong as it was a year ago. I mean, these guys have just gotten better and better. Crash doesn't usually play for AV, but he did sign up for this tournament with them. And Crash, very, very valuable player for them, because he does have that long tenure with Ethereal as the Final 8 champion and also the Spring Split champion. Just one of the best players all around. Kevin, very, very close behind him. I feel like they're a power duo, both German, both really fast, and obviously Lucid there. So yeah, it's kind of gone from American majority to European majority, and obviously Joris there as well. You can't forget Joris. Honestly, for my book, one of the best baggers in the game, one of the more consistent baggers, one of the more reliable baggers, one of the smarter baggers. And yeah, that's just this roster for me, is like very, very consistent. But obviously when you're going up against AP, it's hard to project how that will go. So that's what we're gonna see in this matchup, I guess.
Absolutely. I believe our match is getting started now. Thank you for the wait. We have what will be a very fun one to see. Again, this is the finals of Bracket B between AP Emerald, their first team, and Avail. And I believe we are getting started now with the room going up. So yeah, really excited to see this one as it comes out. The perspectives we'll be seeing will be Backcake from AP's lineup, as well, and from Avail's side we'll be seeing Kevin. Kevin, we got to see a glimpse of throughout the World Cup, and he's a really insane player, honestly. Back then, and just from his play since then, has always been an insane player and a veteran of the game. So really looking forward to seeing what comes out here, as it looks like we are getting started.
Yeah, remember these two teams have been around the scene for, I believe, over 10 years. So these are two big, powerhouses in the MKW scene. So it's great to see such, like a 10-year rivalry finally starting.
Yeah.
So here we go, Maple Treeway. See what AP had wanting to do with being a typical 1-3 start with a new alt spots technique.
Heck yeah. We'll go ahead and get it started. Maple Treeway. Backcake will be starting it up. Not the greatest start, I think, Backcake wanted, but it looks like they will have at least a red for some protection if needed, although their teammates are around, so should be able to play it safe for now. And I believe that's a top 2 we're seeing here, although maybe interjected on Crash. No, yeah, able to avoid it. And I believe, from what we can see here, Saturn, that's an Avail top 2.
Yeah, for sure. And it's Kevin and Crash again, the dynamic duo. I mean, you know, we talk about playmakers, and Kevin is definitely one to not sleep on because, you know, as he said during MK World Cup, he's definitely been the main playmaker for Team Germany, at least in my opinion. And you know, right now he's setting the pace in first. Potentially they could double back here in top 2 and catch some of these AP players off guard, slow them down just a bit, and build that lead up just more.
Yeah, I like how you said that. Yeah, AP is on the defensive here with those top spots. There's a lot of good back spam spots on Maple Treeway, so AP is going to really need a break into those top spots with Blues or POWs, and hoping Shock for lap 3 to get that cannon dodge, see what they can do here.
Yeah, and we do see some of them shrimming as well. Thunder shrimming up here. We did see Batcake going wide, respecting that back spam, not trying to push it too hard. He doesn't want to lose his spot here because, yeah, once again, AP on the defensive, but they're still very close to the top 2 here. And Lucid passing off that she's a Batcake, going to send him back just a little bit.
From what we're able to, gather, generally Batcake is able to recover. Is not a player that's down and out for the count when behind, but it's looking like the gap between this and the top spots is relatively hard to come back by. I'm curious what's happening in the back. Obviously, that could change the course of the race here, but Kevin with a calm and steady first here for Avail to really lead them ahead. I believe, who was that in second place? Maybe Torp?
Yeah, that was Torp, yeah. They've lost their second place, and now they're... it's not so certain anymore, because it really depends on who has Shock. Both baggers still sitting at the set. I'm not sure who has it. We could see a Shockless race here.
I think AV might be holding that Shock. No Shock right now from AP. Otherwise, they would have used it with Batcake in the Mega. But AP in those bottom 4 spots. Can Batcake come through? Star.
Maybe we're going to see a last second Shock to dodge a Batcake here.
Bomb on the line.
He did up on the line, but I'm not sure if it was enough to edge out that 5th place for Batcake. But nevertheless, a really, really good race for AP, even though it didn't look likely in the beginning.
Yeah, it was looking very sus throughout the entire race until the very end, it seems. Somehow getting away with robbery there. I mean, unfortunately for Avail, yeah, top 2 in the face of the 3 laps on Maple Treeway, I guess just wasn't enough, or they couldn't hold it for long enough. And AP gets a really solid race. Kevin, unfortunately, not able to get as much help as they would like. And it's going to be a 36 to, I believe, 37, maybe? No, 36 to 25 race, I'm pretty sure.
Surprised that AP came through. Maple's actually one of those tracks that's a little harder to catch up on. There's no big shortcut, so without Shock especially, they must have done some really good plays in that mid-pack to get that second place out. So really good by AP. I would expect them to choose something that is trying to get for a first place out. They do go RBC for the draft potential. What would you guys choose if you're AV here?
I would probably choose something in the realm of, I don't know, BC3 or maybe even Gardens, but they actually do go for KC, which is a very interesting pick. I feel like they're banking on the fact that they could pull Goldens and Bills in 8th. And obviously, KC's one of those tracks we saw in the JX versus SE matchup where you can get into the front early, and if no Shock is in play, you're going to stay in the front. So sometimes it can go like that on KC, but we have to see what happens in the first few. Oh, actually, it's RBC. Okay, my bad.
See first place swerve here. Don't want to get drafted, but AP right on him, right on Kevin. It's not like any draft is completed, so Kevin's just gonna have to hold off these AP members here. Dragging that green, he really wants to get them. Good red avoidance. See what AP can do. Good draft by Batcake.
Yeah, Kevin is just holding on to first by third at this point, and he finally loses to Batcake, who finally managed to draft in first. That's just rough. I mean, if you're starting first and they're starting everything behind you, there's going to be so many draft opportunities. And I'm actually so surprised that he dodged that red from the side. Kaizo really bumping Kevin, but also Batcake slowing down just a bit to schlag one of the AV members, and now it's a cluster of players up front here. AP234 looking like a more favorable situation for them right now.
Oh, big mega pull, almost gets bombed. He has to use it. Can we see anything done by Kevin here? Gonna try to get Torp. No, just barely missing the dodge. Unfortunate shot call. I think they got that last second.
very sporadic shot call, but it actually does benefit them because Allfrey now able to take over first place, and he does have a slight advantage over everyone else because now they're in top 2-4. And obviously AP after that chalk, I'm not sure how many good items they have. Items might have been reset due to that chalk, but AP pulling triple res in fourth. Now they're going to try and really end with this and actually snipe landing onto Kevin, sending him all the way down to 8th place. Looking pretty good for AP.
Yeah, this actually, nice bill pull. It's actually not too bad for AV. They have that double backspam potential, but actually backkick's breaking into this top spot. And if it looks like they might be able to get another shock, I couldn't see who was in last, but with that bill in play, it might be a really big factor at the end here of this lap 3.
Oh, this looks so fragile. AV is 1-3-4, top 3 right now, and actually, there is no end to any of these AV players just dominating the top spots. I mean, a bad kick gets a bomb, but what can you really do with this?
Oh, unfortunate. Nana can't pull out the bomb in time. Oh man, AP is really going to need some power item. They do finally pull that blue. They are going to need 1 or 2 more to really break that top 3 and get a good race out of this. Hopefully Kaizo has shock. Oh, unfortunate bomb by Bad Kick.
Oh no, that's not what we wanted. And one of the baggers is going forward, then that must mean he has it.
Someone is running with the pack. Bill in play. Will we see shock? Yes, we do. It looks like AV shock. And now we're just going to see top 2, Crash and Kevin, hold this down. I don't think anything AP can do right now. Oh, I thought just Crash fell off for a second. No, looks like a solid top 2.
That was really scary. I thought I was just, oh my god, I thought I was seeing something unprecedented. How do you fall off there?
Yeah.
But thankfully, it was just lagging.
Yeah, luckily, I think AP managed to salvage those mid spots, 3, 4, 5. So it won't be too bad. Top 2 always wins with these baggers going backwards, but looks like they are able to keep the lead. But now AV has that track position with that top 2 start, so they might be able to choose some good tracks to keep that lead.
For sure. And actually, it was kind of lucky for AV that race. I feel like the stars really aligned for them because they used that first shock, but then they like after they used the first shock, they were able to just get a bill at 8th. Like that, you have to be really lucky for that to happen. And obviously after that, Jorce is able to break into 10th and pull another shock. So I guess it was a combination of skill and luck on the side of AV, but I'm not going to speculate. They rightfully won that race, and yeah, AP salvaging 3, 4, 5 still, so not a huge deficit for that race, but yeah, going to be very even. Going into Moonview Highway is going to be the track of choice for AV here.
Or Mondblickstraab. That's a good Moonview Highway.
Yeah, that's Moonview Highway, and on the other side we have Peach Gardens.
All right. Yeah, Peach Gardens, good solid pick. It's really come out in the recent years as a good top spot breaker due to you can still actually run Peach Gardens, but unfortunately not going to see that. AV is going to get their Moonview pick, so AP is really going to have to get up there to hold those spots down.
Yeah, although AP does have that 4th place position, so if they really wanted to, they could draft first and take over really quickly here. It remains to be seen what happens. We're starting now.
Looks like AP holding down that 2-3. That kick streaming up. Looks like he is going to hold that.
Unable to shroom Crash into the car, though. Crash is still holding strong in 2nd. Now that's 2-3 for AV. Exchange is happening in the front by a second.
That kick lagged the bomb car, got AV out of there. Now it's just Kevin up here. Can he hold that 2nd place? That's what he needs right now.
Okay, it looks like a very, very close pack. You can't count anyone out. Kevin slowing down to Schlag Chills, but Chills activating a start, and hopefully he manages to get some people on AV with that start roll. And he actually does get Alfred. That's huge. Now that means they have an opening and they're 1-4-5. So actually Chills hitting the bomb card?
Yeah,
I mean, truck or
little misplay, but it's all good. I think him being back there is not too bad. He can really take a lot of the dodges away from Avail. It looks like Thunder is up here too, so it's not awful for AP, and this is actually really good for them. As long as Kaizo does pull that shock, and looks like he is winning that bagging battle right now.
True. And honestly, I think AP are in a good position, regardless, right? Because they have their arguably the best runner, the most consistent runner in 1st, you know, Batcake. We talked about how consistent he is at running, and now I'm not quite sure how this is going to pan out. One bagger has a clear lead as the other seems to be losing what is a bill or some unwanted item.
Oh.
There it is. Thunder activating Omega. Notice Kevin in response. Oh, this is so hectic.
Oh, AV with the shock. I think he will overtake Batcake here. This is going to be a big race for AV if they can get Batcake out with a red or anything.
Yep, although we're going up to that 145-second mark, and you know, the cars, they might catch some people off guard here. Some people might get griefed by the cars, but yeah, Kevin holding out first right now, Batcake close behind him, and
Batcake
drifting into a wall.
That is not what you want to see right on the last straight. Oh, is that a
And it looks
top?
like a very bad race for AP. That looks like a bottom 2.
Yeah, might even be a bottom 3 if I saw correctly. AV just overtook. I don't know if Joris pulled the shock in 9th because it looked like Kaizo was clearly winning that bagging battle by a good stretch. So either a shock in 9th or somehow Joris just snuck in that 10th place box.
We did see, I mean, at the beginning of lap 3, we did see one of the baggers hitting the car to lose an item. So potentially Kaizo pulling a bill in 10th and losing it, and Joris passing him there. But yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's rough for AP, but you know, it's early days. It's only race 3, but they'll have to be more careful from now on.
I think we might see that Peach Gardens coming out from AP now. Maybe even a Grumble Volcano, but it looks like AV is winning on that shot count. So I think they might opt to something less shock reliant, like RPG versus GV. But let's hope AP can get their track pick. They really need this.
True. Yeah, because obviously AV has the spot advantage. So if they do get their wish, if they do get their desired track pick, this could be really bad. And they actually do go for BCW, which is a notorious running track. And I don't think there's any daisies in the lineup, but you know, in D1, you know, you best bet that someone's gonna know how to take the glitch on Funky. And yeah, it's just the highest caliber of play. You have to be prepared for everything. But we're going to Sherbet Land instead, and it's more in line with the reset pick kind of ballpark.
And yeah, you're gonna see these AV players drop from their 2-3 spots. They're gonna let first run. I don't think they want to get let AP get all those shroom items. And yeah, as you see, they all did drop. So now AP 2-3-4, but Chills looks like he got a shroom, so he's gonna take that lead with the TC pass to Kevin. Oh, that looks like pretty good for AP right now. It's first at least.
Oh, big schlag from Kevin, just completely shutting down one of the AP members. And right now it looks like AP are I actually can't read that. Is that AV in the front?
Yeah, AV somehow overtook. Chills fell into 3rd, just dragging that fib, and oh, he is getting squished by all these AV players. They're gonna take him out. So AP needs to pull shock or something here to get these AV players out of those top 4, top 5 spots.
Chills is getting pincered. It's all up to the shock at this point, pretty much. And we do see one bagger trailing behind, way further behind. That's Joris, which means Kaizo has a break in 10th. They could potentially get 2 shocks here if they wish, but we have no intel on it just yet. We're gonna have to see what happens.
With their break so far, if AP did have shock, I would suspect them to use it now or earlier.
Oh, Kevin with the schlag, forcing Batcake into the star. Will they opt to use it now? I don't think so, but Kevin does pull a golden, and that is really good, actually, because he can just spam it here and catch up to the pack, and yeah, Batcake pulling triple reds, firing him off at Lucid, but not, what a futile attempt.
Yeah, with Batcake actually using that star no shock coming, it makes me believe that no shock was actually in play, and AV still occupying those top spots, but it looks like Kaizo does use the shock. AP gonna come up here, 2 dodgers. Can they break those top spots? I think they can with this on this straight. Let's see if AV can respond to that shock with some items of their own.
It really depends on what Thunder pulled in the bottom spot. You know, did he chain a star or was he just using it? Because if he does have shrooms, he's very, very likely to get first here. Batcake trying to burn that gold and trying to get a low spot box, and he actually does. Oh, he pulls a blue shell. I'm not quite sure how useful that is. Thunder kind of far behind here. AP's still struggling. They're 5, 6, 7 right now, and they need these last few boxes. They need shrooms.
They might put it on the line.
Might put it on the line.
2 plays. Oh, Crash just put it on the line. 1 player, at least they salvaged that. Oh God, I jumped over you there.
It's okay. It's okay. That was very hectic. I'm thankful that you covered that because I actually didn't think the blue was gonna hit. It looked like they were gonna slow down so the blue didn't hit, but it actually did get crash.
Yeah, look, whoever was in first, I think that might have been Torp if I remember correctly. He was just so far ahead that blue. Good timing by Batkick to throw that just to get crash on the line. Still 2-3-4 from AV, so they are going to take that, but it was a good attempt by AP.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really surprised that that AV got off as well as they did. Obviously, they were in a top 2-4-5 scenario early on in the race, and it did look very scary indeed. But it didn't look as ironclad as I thought it would. And you know, the fact that they were still able to hold on to 2-3-4 even after the shock is kind of impressive. And yeah, Torp luckily getting first, avoiding a complete disaster. But yeah, I think that was a balanced race overall. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with those top spots. I wish we had more perspectives, but somehow AP fell back after that shock. They looked like they had those at least 2 players in the top 4. Maybe we can get an update on scores to see what the exact lead is right now.
Yeah, it looks like AV is ahead by 28 points after GP1. We are going into GP2 shortly, and yeah, what do you think is the point of, what do you think is the winning condition for AP right now? What do you think they need to improve?
Yeah, so Batcake is obviously their best runner. They need to get him up there as quick as possible, and they just need to back spam AV to the fullest. Right now, I think it's getting to the front. I think AV is occupying a lot of those front spots, and especially in RBC and other spots where backspam is so detrimental, I think that's where they're losing a lot of their lead. So I think AP needs to start getting to the front a bit more. And AV, I think they're doing pretty well. No flaws in their gameplay from what I see for the moment.
Yeah, honestly, aside from that empty race, I feel like AV has just been airtight, you know? As we said, I mean, this roster, very competent, a lot of skill in the tank, and they're not going to give it up that easily. Like I said in the JX versus SC match, you know, these are the best teams in the world. You're not going to get very many chances to just, you know, just run away with it. You know, you got to fight for it. You got to make those opportunities for yourself, and I feel like that's what they're going to try to do on KC here. Batcake sneaking in first early on, and there's Crash, Goldening ahead in first now. And, you know, AP in 2-3, it's not looking bad so far. I mean, it's early days, but you have to wonder, how will the shock situation pan out? Because it doesn't look like anyone pulled Bill, so this might be an interesting battling matchup here.
Yeah, Crash with such a big lead already, getting that golden at the start. If stars are dropped, Crash is going to keep getting that lead. Unfortunate backspam on Kevin, but looks like golden from Kevin, so he's going to just golden up here at this the new big grass cut. But looks like AV is occupying a lot of those bottom spots, so AP might have a decent race coming in. Can't see who's in 8th though.
And actually, one of the backers sitting all the way back at the waterfall to get that 10th place box, that's Kaizo. We did see George losing Bill earlier, which means... Oh, never mind. Kaizo just hit a zapper. Okay, no backer has at the moment. So the bagging exchange is still pretty... It's still up for grabs. You know, it's still not decided yet. Although we do have some interesting exchanges in the front. Batcake trying to trail one AV member completely out of this this top pack here, this 2-2-4-5 cluster here. AP 4-5, I think they're also second, right?
Yeah, AV looks like, no, I think that was AP in second. First still being occupied by AV. Ooh, good snipe by Kevin. Now, Chills is again pinched by these AV members, but Batcake hoping to get a blue. That's what AP needs right now, but there is some...
Oh, Kevin pulling a TC in third, that might have been what they needed to break up these top spots. Batcake taking that shroom cut, getting in a second, this is actually pretty good. If they manage to get shock, I'm not sure they can get first, but maybe they can get everything behind them.
Exactly, or that blue. They still have not seen any blues. Makes me believe AV's been holding that. Good backspans by Crash, almost getting Batcake twice. But Batcake just a bit ahead, just knowing those backspam spots and what to expect.
AP holding on to 2-3, going into the last few seconds of this track. No shock in play still.
Yeah, AV was holding that blue. You just see now. Did Backkick just backspam Torp on accident?
I don't think so. I think that was one of the players. But it did look like AP did get 2-3 there at the end. Chills did come through and take over Torp's position, so it didn't matter that much. But yeah, really, really well played by AV. Again, I mean, Crash, you know, getting early access to first, and his teammates just holding that blue for him. Exactly what I talked about earlier. KC, you know, bit of a menacing track if you don't pull shock, because you know, stuff like that can happen, and AV can just build insurmountable breaks. So yeah.
Yeah, Koopa Cave's actually pretty deceiving, especially if you can front run this track so heavily, even with such a big shortcut. Similar with Dry Ruins, there's a lot of good backspam spots. So Crash was just able to run that with no problem, throwing backspams out as well, and holding that blue from AV. That's what gave him that win. Unfortunate for AP, but hopefully to bounce back with a good track pick of their own.
Yeah, and honestly, that wasn't even that bad for AP, because they did get everything behind first, aside from Torp. They did get 2, 3, 4, 8. So yeah, according to that, let's see what they pick.
Stop. I wish I could read German. I didn't even see what cup it was.
Staub Trockene Runen or something like that. It's Dry Runes. It's
Dry Runes. There you go. Dry Runes.
Yeah, and on the other side, we see GBA BC3 for the side of AP. Quite a common pick for kind of these mixed spots, I feel like.
Yeah, very much so. Backkick is one to do ultra very, very consistently. I would assume the same goes for a lot of the AV players, but Backkick and Torp, I think, are some of the more better ultra takers on the lineup. Chill is very proficient at Shroomless, but it looks like we're actually going to see Dry Ruins. I like to call Dry Ruins the kind of the sand version of Koopa Cave, just how similar they are with that big shortcut and the front run potential.
True. Okay, Kevin going for that 6th place box early on, pulls a mega, pretty good. If he wants to, he can decide to schlag here, slow down those AP members, and actually has to use it. And he does actually, you know, in response to using it, he's going to try and mega some of these AP players, and he actually does get back. It looks like sending AV into an early top 3.
And just like that, AV occupying those top spots again. AP needs to find somehow to get up there. They're just losing that first lap, that first interaction every time, and AV's just running away with it every single race.
We didn't actually see who got 8th place box, but I'm thinking since AP started in 8th, they were able to go for it. But it doesn't look like Bill is being occupied, so yeah, AP now just have to play the catch-up game, as if we take a look at the bagging, it does look like Joris is ahead a tiny bit, but Kaizo is right behind him. He could start the shock out of him if he pulls it here, so yeah, nothing has been set in stone just yet.
The shock does not look like it's in play, so Backkick hoping for a golden star. He does pull the star, so now I think he would chain that unless they do have shock, hoping for maybe another item. Joris does not have the shock.
The bag's falling off. Joris doesn't have shock. That's huge.
Makes me believe with the holding the star. Makes me believe.
I'm pretty sure they have it. I'm pretty sure they have it. Kaizo didn't go backwards for the boxes. I think he was sitting there because he did have it. And there it is. AP dodging in a star out of the ultra. Now they're in top 2. This is looking really good for them right now. But as I say that, there's a blue shell. What a surprising development.
AV responds with that blue shell. That shock, I think they delayed it because AV was in a mega. I could barely see it, but they did get Thunder off with that shock. But looks like AP still occupying first. And looks like 1-3.
Oh, that ball was so ugly. Bye bye chills.
Nice invasion by Kevin.
Out of 6th place, but now, as we take a look in the back, it seems that AP has gotten all the good spots up front.
Yeah, looks like good race from AP. Good on Kaizo for pulling that shock that really clutched it out for them after that destruction happening lap 1. I'm very surprised AP was able to come back from that.
That was clutch. I am so surprised that actually Kaizo did pull it like early lap 2 or lap 3 or something, because I feel like that was what won them the race, because you could just see how far ahead the top 2 was before Torp got blued, you know, and it did pay dividends for them. They just got top 3 on AV's pick.
And looks like it's pretty much a tied game. AV only up just by a little bit. Looks like about 6 points if scores are correct. So AP now with the momentum. So maybe they can carry this on and now into the second half of the war. Hopefully they can pull the lead and get that win that they've been wanting.
For sure. And remember, this is for $300.
Yes, big $300.
A lot of money on the line.
Yeah, tier A with that 300, or excuse me, tier B with the $300 pot. AP I know is gunning for that. Same with AV. But AV is going to respond with that GCN Mario circuit. They do want to just break that top 3 as soon as possible. On the other hand, AP just wants to keep that lead. And is it going to be Bowser's Castle? It is. So AP is going to have that good track pick, and they can backspam those items right at the start to get those AV players. AV had a little bit of a disadvantage right now.
For sure. This is a notorious top 3 track, and I feel like AP are reveling in it. They're ready. But will they win the front exchange this time?
Let's see how this plays out. AV coming up. Does AP backspam immediately? No, they actually don't. I didn't see any backspams. They might go for the triple backspam here. Oh, they do. A lot of backspams coming out. Do connect with two people. 2 AV players down.
Chill's going down in that exchange, but I think top 2 is still secure for AP here.
Holding that bomb. He's going to back down on Chills. Misses him. Lags out of it. I wonder if anyone's going to take Glitch. I don't presume anyone will. Okay, Glitch is blocked. Golden in 5th for Kevin. That's huge. He is going to be able to get into first.
Absolutely huge, and he is the highest spot for his team, so he could take this golden all the way to first, and here we go. He's already using it. He's already spamming that L button. He's really, really desperate to get into first here. Bat kick with a fib. He could catch him off guard. He could schlag him, but I don't know what he's really going to do with this. He does decide to plant it in the middle. Still there. It is still there for someone else to hit as AP 1-3 still. And he actually does, someone actually does hit that fit, but I'm not sure who it was. Anyways, AP still 1-3.
There we go. It looked like when we took a look at the backers, it looks like they were still running backwards. No one had it. So it looks like the Shock is going to be a big player in this game, as Pack is still relatively close, except for that 8th place. But the Shock could really change the momentum as Bad K gets pushed into a wall, I think. Losing a little bit of that lead, but he still carries it with good item pull, so he will be able to extend that a little bit.
Yeah, just in time to that fib. He actually did put a nan around it to maybe try and catch Kevin off guard as he should do, because obviously 1-3-4 for AP. This could be really good if they take out Kevin here. This is looking like a potential top 3 as the baggers are just touching a 10th place box here. George gets it. Kaiser right behind him. He can start out of him if he does not have it himself.
I'd like to see a bit more unpredictable backspin by Batcake, especially on that initial ramp. We kind of just put them all where in his line, but looks like no glitch taken from Kevin. It is blocked. Nana there. Can Kevin pull through and get that first? Can they get AP out of first place?
I don't think so. I think it's too late at this point. Unless they have a blue, I don't think this is happening. And a really, really wide backspin from Batkick. You're trying, get Kevin out of there one last time. It almost connects, but yeah, AP 1-3, really, really well played, I think.
Yeah,
keeping it shockless all that time, taking Joris to the absolute limit, just going, just staying neck and neck with him that whole time. I feel like that was part of the reason why AV just wasn't able to win that race, because the shock was just completely denied from them.
Yeah, very good on Kaizo. I think that was AP holding the shock. They didn't want to make any risky plays with it. Just keep that 1-3-4. Just get the winning race. Actually, it looks like just 1-3. Looks like Torp fell behind it. I don't know what happened at the end. I thought I saw him get third, if I recall. But it looks like AV is going to take that 2-4-5-6. I think that is a winning race for AV.
I'm not quite sure, but yeah.
Just by one, AP pulls through with that race win.
That was that was an interesting one to watch, because top 2 wasn't really trading spots. It was it was Batkick and Kevin the whole time, but everything behind them was changing so rapidly all the time. We did see Thunder and Chills in 3-4, supporting Batcake. But Chills did pull that TC in fourth, and yeah, I feel like that was the beginning of the end of that tenure in 1-3-4.
I agree. AP did want that Wario's gold mine for that first place and eighth place for their pick. It looks like AV responds with their Mushroom Gorge, just wanting to break these top spots again, get those shrooms, take the gap, and extend that lead that they will have. It looks like, can they do that? Going for the side snipe, barely missing. Back kick, whoa, lagging a bit on Kevin's screen.
Kevin doing some jank stuff, missing the box, but he will have another chance of pulling a second place shroom here at this next set. Joris making it back first, it seems. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure what happened to Kaizo. He's falling quite a bit behind Joris, who's breaking away in 10th now. Shock might be in control of AV this race.
Looks so, but look, can AP get Kevin out of third? They do have that top 2 spot. Top 3 now, can they keep occupying this? It's going to be really hard at Mushroom Gorge. Very, very difficult to keep your top spots on, especially with Shock and the gap jump. AP's going to have to play this very, very well to keep occupying that top 3.
For sure. And I'm not even sure if they have like any shrooms in those top spots, like if they can take gap themselves. Chills might have some, but other than that, I'm really not sure. This could still swing either way, and it looks like Joris, just going forward, using that shock. I think they're gearing up for a second one. AV did have Bill, which in fairness made it easier for Joris to pull the shock, but yeah, right now it's pretty much been reset. The pack is super close. It's all up to this lap 3.
Yeah, just like I said, that shot completely changed the momentum. AV now is occupying those top spots that Bill brought AV all the way up to first, I believe. And with Kevin with triple shrooms, I think he's going to use a shroom here. Opts not to, but Crash taken out. AV still in those bottom spots. I wonder what they plan to do here. Hopefully they can take gap and overtake AP at the end.
It's so chaotic. Shock is in play at this point if one of them doesn't have it.
On the shortcut. Ooh. Looks like Chills was actually bumped by the gap taker, so it looks like he falls into first to fourth. Unfortunate for him. Very, very good play by AV, getting that shock and breaking that top 3 by AP.
Ooh, that was... I genuinely did think that one of the baggers had it because the 30-second cooldown already passed, and they were taking boxes as the people were going into the gorge, the mushroom cave. So I did think for a second that we might have seen a TS on Kevin or a Torp, but we don't. And it's a 1-4-5-6 for AP. They managed to clutch it out even though they didn't have shock in their control.
It is exactly what they needed. Looks like it is, if the scores are correct, a tie game going into GP3. They've been neck and neck right on each other's throats. And Kevin leading, though, with MVP at 84 points. Incredible display from him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 244 to 244. It's pretty much even. It doesn't matter. Nothing that we have seen so far matters because it's all about that GP3. Let's see who takes the first match, shall we? I think it's going to be AP.
I'm very biased towards AP, but I think if AV just keeps playing as well as they have, I would have to lean AV. I think they just in general have been playing a little bit better than AP overall.
For sure. Honestly, as I said at the beginning, Joris, so consistent. We did see him make it back further. I mean, we did see him make it back earlier here on Mushroom Gorge, and we also did see him, clutch out a few crucial shocks on some of these other tracks. But then Kaizo, been a very worthy opponent, getting some of those very crucial shocks on DDR, for example. And yeah, I feel like they're just completely evenly matched. It really depends on the opportunities that arise during the race. And yeah, let's see what AV has in store for us. They're thinking about Goldmine, but they actually want to go Coconut Mall instead.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, just going back to what you were saying, I think it really depends on shock. I think that's been a big indicator in this whole war. Usually, the team that pulled the shock usually wins the race. AP managed Mushroom Gorge to just barely survive. So it's really going to depend on the baggers, I think, if they can get those shocks and really extend that lead for their team. But we are going to go to Coconut Mall. I think Kevin just wants to get that initial lead front run, and this is a very hard track to come back on. So whoever has that lead, that first turn, most likely is going to keep it.
For sure, they're trusting Kevin. You know, the man with the man of the hour. You know, the man with the amazing lines, but also Batcake right behind him. A threat in his own right, but he does get canceled out by that Nana early on, which does give Kevin some room in first just for a second. He's being pressured by other AP members right now, although that is Crash in second, so they're often early top 2. And from here, they could potentially double that.
Oh, yeah, you see Crash just hit third place, and look, they already have a pretty decent sized lead on Coconut Mall of all courses, so I don't see AP breaking into those top 2 spots without any blue shells or shock. So AP really needs to step up here and get that shock.
Yeah,
some type of power ride.
Look how far behind even fourth is from first. They have to really spam these boxes coming up here. Batcake actually does spam 2 shrooms, you know, hoping to pull that blue in 6th, because it does have the highest percentage being pulled in 6th. Unfortunately, only gets a red for now.
You're going to see Batcake chain for that blue. He's going to hit as many boxes as he can. Really need to get AV out of first, because, again, there's no way that AV fails at this high level of play. Does pull the golden. I don't think that's going to help him too much here.
Yep, and the bagging situation, well, the jury's still out on it, because neither bagger is really looking willing to touch boxes at this point, which might indicate that something is being held. I'm not sure if it's Bill or Shock, but let's see. Okay, so 2 people going into dodges. That's one of AV and one of AP, respectively. Batcake going through cut along with Olafray neck and neck. And yeah, it looks like spots are unchanged for now, but it does look closer than it did just 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I still think AV might actually be holding that blue. I still think the spots are pretty much the same up there. Chills looks like he's the only one who's contesting these spots. Didn't have a good look at who was in the back.
Okay, very weird banana hit from Olafray there, conceding just one position, but it looks like smooth sailing into top 2-5 for AV this race. So yeah, a very small margin to win by, but very important, because obviously you need all the points you can get from this point.
Yeah, Coconut Mall is just one of those really hard tracks to play, I think, for against really high tier teams, because any type of slowing down or anything that impacts your ability to get to the front will cost you that race. As you see here, AV able to get that lead at the start, just completely dominated AP this race with that top 2.
Yeah, there are a lot of tight turns and tight corridors, and not many shortcuts, not many places to catch up. So, you know, it's just a textbook running track. It's one of the more, I would say, it's one of the more punishing tracks where if you make a mistake, you get punished way more than you do, for example, on a track like I don't know, let's say TF or something, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that golden or that ultra shortcut on Coconut Mall does not save you a bunch of time. But if I'm AV here, I didn't see what spots they got outside of top 2, but they are.
They got 5th and 8th, which means they're going BC3. Oh no, they're going DKS. Okay.
DKS, yeah, good track pick for AV if they can get that. Yeah, they're going to just try to occupy the same thing on Coconut Mall, just try to occupy those front spots, block the shortcut, block that double. Going to make it really hard for AP to get any lead if those shortcuts are blocked.
Yep, and it actually looks like AV is up, I want to say, in like 10 points going into the last 2 races. So, you know, slight advantage for AV, but, you know, still up for grabs. Match 1. Still undecided.
Batcake has to watch out for backspam on this zipper. Does not look like AV decided to backspam there. It looks like they immediately have top 3. And AP now very much having to play the catch-up game, as AV can just occupy that. Oh, bomb in play. What happened here?
Oh, that's going to shake up the top spots a lot. Chills actually does land the double, and so does Batcake. And now, just like that, they've overtaken AV in those top spots. but AV are still close behind. They could still get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, that bomb I think just forced Crash to have a bad alignment, so he couldn't take the double. And now AP.
That takes lagging, getting 2 people. That's huge.
Yeah, good stuff on AP to overtake this. Now they are the ones in control. As long as someone made the bagging strat. 2 people made the bagging strat. Looks like neck and neck on the baggers right now.
Yep. And actually, some weird shenanigans. I'm map reading some weird movement from both of the baggers. Not quite sure which one is Shock. If I were to guess, I would say Kaizo, but we have to focus on what's in front of us. So Torp, still holding out first place, holding the line for AP. Kevin in second, but he did just miss that last zipper, which allowed Batcake to take over second place. And now, going into the cannon, let's see what happens.
So they get top
All
of
of AP win, and no Shock. And actually, Blue pulling a TSAT cannon. That's so unfortunate.
That's detrimental. Makes me believe Shock might not be in play. I think AP would have dodged their top 3 there, being so close to AV. But AP, oh, random green. Unfortunate for Kevin. It's not looking good for AV right now.
That's going to set him back a lot. And that Nana on the double forces him to not take it. But Chills, I'm not sure. Did he fail double there?
I didn't get a good look, but looks like AP able to hold on to that top 2, exactly what they needed to their to AV's CM. Good response by them, and awesome play. Whoever threw that bomb, lap 1, really put AP on the map. So MVP, whoever did that.
For sure, yeah. I feel like that bomb, yeah, it's like, it was like, you know, AP was seeing the last train leave before their eyes, and they just, you know, wedged themselves through the door, so to speak. And that was really exactly what they needed to do, you know? I feel like they're starting to recognize that, you know, some of these situations, they just have to put their foot in the door. And that's exactly what they did. And now, they have brought the fight back to AV. They've completely nullified that CM race.
Mm-hmm. But now AP's turn to control that front at the start of the race. If Chills did get 8th, if I saw that correctly, I'm not sure. I think they would opt to go for Wario's Gold Mine for that 8th place box being available for 8th place. See what AP decides to pick here. What would you do if you're AV? Would you just go to Peach Gardens or GV? I know those tracks are still available this late in the war.
For sure. We have Peach Gardens, Grumble Volcano, BC3, and even some stuff like MC3 if they want to go down that route. You know, it's all still available, but they actually want to go Moo Meadows, which is interesting because it's exactly what we saw out of SC earlier. This track is becoming popular, I'm telling you.
Moo Meadows and Rainbow Road, that's like 2 tracks you almost never see at this high of a tier. Rainbow Road getting some love, I like seeing that. We are going to go Moo Meadows, so unfortunately that top 2 is not going to play too much of a role on this track.
Have y'all played this like in scrims much? Like, is this like a thing? Because like it's just been coming up today.
It's on the come up, I'm telling you. It's on the come up.
Weird. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we're starting off race 11, and technical issues aside, I believe we'll be going into it with a nice little TriCast here. But yeah, AP suddenly in the lead, right? Which, you know, with two races left to go, this being race 11, they can really very much run this. I mean, I don't know what Backkick has done so far to distance this top 2 a little bit, but it's something that you can really build off of on Mumu sometimes.
Sometimes, yes, but it all depends on the Shock situation, as we do see one guy slightly ahead, getting the first box in 10th, but it doesn't look like it was a Shock because, you know, the one bagger is significantly going faster than the other. That's Joris, and he does actually get another box in 10th, which means he's very, very likely to get the Shock here. But Kaizo, close behind him, shrimming back up, making up the deficit. AV, 2, 3, 4 right now. If there's no Shock, but I speak too soon again. Kevin pulls a TC forward.
Yeah, but I mean, it is slowing down AP. Somehow not able to get it off. I mean, that's pretty big. I'm sure Crash is holding on to something that's a star activated, a Mega in response. And with Thunder using that in response, I have to believe that AV's maybe has Shock.
No one's able to see the stream, but it looks like a good race for AV.
Oh, great. Thank you for noting. Appreciate it. Lap 3, Kevin.
No.
Well, we've been seeing what you've been seeing, basically, which is nothing. Kevin back here in lap 3, except for the last second star dodge at the very end. Can you catch up? Just barely. I don't know if he got Chills on the line there. I don't know. I'm not sure if he did.
I think he did. Oh, but you know what? I actually think AP got the better of that race. We have to see for the results because we did see 3 of AV back there on the line, which
Yeah.
makes me think AP got something like 1-3.
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised, right? Because like we saw early lap 3, that TC slowing down a lot of AP, but okay, 1-3, sure.
1-3, 7, 8, 9 for AP. Going into the last race, it's still really, really close. We're working with fine margins. You can't even see through microscope margins.
Hope everyone was able to imagine that race on MKW radio. Apologize for the error there, but looks like AP, are they still maintaining their lead here?
By 3. Yeah, by 3
By
with
3
literally a
points.
race left, which I mean, like, is basically nothing at this point. Like, God, I mean, I've seen so many teams just like not able to keep that lead up because it really is nothing. It's just really down to this last race. I mean, 1-3 is convenient maybe for some picks, but at this point, I mean, we've already seen the Maple come out.
I honestly don't know. Yeah, Maple, DDR, BCW even, they've all been played. What do you go in this situation? Do you still go RR? Do you stick to your guns? I mean, you have 7-8. That's not really good, but they actually, AV is going for RR this time. And it looks like AP is going for Goldmine. Interesting swing of
Wait,
events.
no way. Rainbow, really? No way.
Yeah.
No shot. I don't.
Is AP first?
Okay.
AP is in first. They are
Oh,
1-3,
yeah,
7, 8.
second gets the good cycle. So first does not get that boost on the wavy section. So second place does have that
Oh,
advantage.
right. I did not even think of
True.
that. Christ.
Yeah, AV and AP, both teams that have utilized Rainbow Road very actively in the last few months. Do you want to tell us something about that before we get into the swing of things? How good is Rainbow Road? How good
Well,
has been
I
Rainbow
mean, we
Road?
have Warriors Goldmine on our hands, so I feel like we could tackle that another time, right? Listen,
Okay, true. Yeah.
This is, I mean, Warriors Goldmine very good for 1-3 with like how narrow like the road is. It's very easy to backspam, and you've already seen that they've already at least gotten rid of one, but Kevin gets the triple shrooms, is able to move up and maybe bomb back kick. I can't tell right now. No, not quite. And yeah, from what we see,
The bad kick survives. He finds his footing in second.
yeah, and I mean, Wario's Goldmine, I'm not sure if this is a staple by any means on AP. Thoughts from the AP perspective, I guess, Lexin, going into this.
Goldmine is a big staple in the AP on the AP side. Usually we always pick it for 8th place because you can get that 8th place box on those zippers and immediately pull Bill or Gold and get to the front really quickly.
Bad kick spacing himself appropriately because this backspam from Kevin could be dangerous. I mean, coming up on the ramp here, if he does get one of them off,
Oh, bad
they're
draft.
3-4 now. That draft is deadly, and he actually does fall off because of it.
Oh.
8 pure zoom spots.
Man, I feel like Backkick should know that you never want to draft on that downhill section. It always just throws you off in the wrong spot. So AV is going to keep that first, but 2-3 right behind him, hoping to get him out of there.
Yeah, Kevin's still menacing with the screen shell. He's just dancing in front of these 18 player faces, and they just have to take wide lines as a result. They have to play
Wait.
safe.
Oh, is that
attacking
a,
the-
is that going to
there's
target?
a shot.
No, it doesn't target shock, right? No, it doesn't. Okay, that could have been so deadly if called off by just a bit. But there's a shot coming in. I think is that Torp dodging?
Oh,
That's Thunder. But actually, a bad kick holding a blue in third. How
Oh wow, this is going to be big. I mean, obviously giving some distance to first, but okay, that's Thunder other way. They have enough. They have enough distance. Please throw it. If you lost that blue, I would have lost my mind. Okay, he avoids the red. He's gonna be able to get an item box, but everyone is in the same place. Another blue crash. You have to get knocked out. No way. It doesn't get him. Who the hell? How the hell did that finish? I don't know how that finished. I have no idea how that finished. There's just a bunch of people at the line. What the hell did I just see? I mean, breaking it down, right? Their AP has like 2, 3, 4, 5. A blue shell doesn't throw it because they're way too close to him. Then like runs into a banana. Then gets backspammed. Almost runs into the train car while holding the blue.
Kevin just dabs on everyone on AP. That was insane.
Okay. I will see. Is +3 the difference here? It might be. AV with the 1, 4, 6, 7. I think that's third. Yeah, they only get 30 points that race. That's not enough. AP takes it. AP takes it by 4 points overall.
wow.
That was dumb. That was just dumb and really great Mario Kart, honestly.
I want to see the heart rate monitor of some of these players, man. It's got to be at like 160 right now.
Yeah, that way too much for me to handle as a caster, and I would not want to imagine as a player what that would feel like. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm surprised AP's 2-3 just stayed in that first place line. They just immediately hit that backspin. I think they, knowing that they have blue, they should have gone a little bit slower, gone wide around that minecart. But it works out just barely. That could have been so devastating for them.
Jesus. God, I mean, yeah, that's got to feel bad for Avail because, I mean, sure, the second blue not really counting on as much, but the fact that they got the blue in the first place and that working out really well for them. The crash with the star at the end. I mean, with this huge pack that was just all right next to each other, Crash was able to like carry that star up, I guess. And if it wasn't for that blue, I mean, I imagine AV would have definitely had a you know, space to contend for probably top 2 or top 2-4 or something of that note.
Oh my god. That was just such a hectic exchange. I didn't actually think he would take out both of them. You know, Thunder and Bat King. It's just taking the L on that one.
Yeah, actually insane. And now, I mean, obviously, AP up a game now, which is, of course, huge. Best of 3 series, AV will have to come back 2 games in a row. But, like, honestly, I mean, I feel like in my head, I don't know about y'all, like, AV feeling like the favorites to me, even after that match. I don't know, like, I definitely feel like if it were between 2 teams to have to come back on the other, I definitely feel like Avail would have this slider edge on doing that. I don't know, thoughts, Lexin, in that regard, at least.
Yeah, I think AV definitely has a better mentality just over the long run. So I think losing by 4 is not going to be detrimental to them being able to come back. They've played so many wars over the past, I don't know, combined experience of what, 30 years, all of them. So this should be nothing. I think they can definitely come back and win this match and carry that momentum into match 3 if they are able to get that and hit the money.
All right, well, I believe we'll take a quick 2-minute break while the folks get in their spots in the room, but don't go away. Match 2 is going to be coming up. It's AP versus Avail in the Bracket B Finals. Winner gets $300, which, I mean, for each person, that's $60. You get to buy basically another copy of Mario Kart Wii if you wanted. But yeah, I mean, big stakes on the line, at least for stakes that we just generally don't see in the Mario Kart scene, and AP looking to take it in this game too. Don't go away. More action to come soon. How are we doing? We're back for Game 2 action. Everyone in the room and looking fine and dandy. And myself, Saturn, Lexin are here to bring the action to you. Lexin in a few minutes, but yeah, Saturn, how are we feeling for Game 2 here? I mean, I know you were pulling for AP. It ends up turning out well for them in the end. What are we feeling here for, I guess, Game 2? Or maybe before we look at that, anything that you note from, the results of the first GP?
Okay, the first GP, obviously it's no secret that it went AV's favor, but I feel like
first
AP
match, yeah.
did. Okay. Well, first match, obviously it was very close. I do think that AP played a little bit weaker, but they did pick up the pace and they did prove themselves to be a worthy opponent to AV, who did play solid in their own right. They did get their fair share of good plays in that match. And I actually do think that a lot of it came down to shocks, which, once again, I'm very surprised by Kaizo because he has proven in this match that he actually can go, shaka.
Right. Yeah,
Doris.
I think that was one of the big things that I was looking for the most is, like, looking how this person was literally subbed out of, like, their first match because, like, the team needed a change of momentum, clearly. Like, going from that to be able to performing well against Doris, who is no easy player to play against. That's definitely a threat. So to be able to come back like that is a job well done on Kaizo's part. Even just like mentally wise, that's important. So that's one of the big keys to the game that I was looking for being answered, and certainly was answered.
Yeah, and looking at the scoreboard, Crash, Kevin, MVP and second place respectively in the indivs. We do see Lucid dropping to 56, which is a bit unfortunate, but as a team, I feel overall they all played solid.
Right.
Kevin, Crash, this is just proof that I wasn't overestimating them. They're clearly solid players and they're playmakers and all that stuff. But I want to focus more on AP because I feel like AP, like you said, you have AV penciled into if anyone was to do a reverse sweep, you would say it was AV, right?
Right,
well,
correct.
I actually am more inclined to root for AP this match too because I don't know. I do think they've charmed me with some of these plays that they did in match one. That DDR race was just beautifully played. Even though Torp did get blued, the shock was just so effective that it didn't even matter. And they were just able to get a smooth top break from there. Yeah. I do hope that AP pulls through. They get those $300 and AV gonna make them sweat a little bit though.
Right, exactly. That's what we're hoping for, at least. But let's see here. Oh, hey, Lexin, how are you doing?
I just jumped back in. Just want to say, yeah, I think actually the thing that we noticed that these teams are so similar in skill level, being so close to that score. I don't think we can really count on either of them making that comeback. I think they're just so close that it's really anyone's game. I don't even know if we can predict who's the better team here.
Right. It will just 100% be biased or where we want it to go. All right, I'm for match 3, but let's see what these teams are for as we get started here. Match 2 of our first race. And it will be, of course, Bad Cake starting off the room. Doesn't get the backspin on Kevin. That green snipe just barely missing on Bad Cake. And yeah, it really will just be a test. It's just so close. It's one of those matches where, like, you can't really predict. It's really just a matter of who's going to show up and play better today. Maybe get luckier a few places, but nice backspin on AV's part to get rid of Bad Cake there.
Oh, yeah, just AV playing good with those items, holding AP back. You see the stop mega from Lucid here. Now Bad Cake in a really bad spot that pack is gaining from him very quickly.
Yeah, and AP actually in a tough spot in the bagging department as well, as Joris did make it back first, and he's already got quite a bit of a break in 10th. And he didn't fall off, which makes me think that he didn't pull Bill or some other hazardous item. So yeah, Joris in 10th for now.
You actually saw AV stop for that 8th place box, so it does not look like Bill is in play for the baggers. So AV's wanting that Bill very, very much. And 2-3-4 from AP, unfortunate backspin, but they are going to maintain a pretty decent winning positions right now. So hopefully they can keep that as lap 2 is about midway through.
Yeah, AV's had some pretty killer backspin as we've seen. Even, I mean, sure, that incident that we just saw was a pretty simple one, but even when they were kind of top 2 and able to backspin and call that line out. Actually, sorry, it's 2-3-4 for AP. Still doing a job well done with it, but Lucid here, going to be able to come in with a shock dodge, gets the star on the back kick. That should be a top 2 shaping up for AV. And what is a very spread out map for N64BC, something you don't typically see, not to this degree.
You are right. Yeah, usually it's first place. That's really far gone. But as you see here, we almost have like 2 packs having their own race.
Yeah.
Bottom 3 just completely spread out. Looks like Kick is going to have to tank this TC, unfortunately.
Yeah. Kind of just eats it.
That's just really unfortunate. And actually, AV's still in 10th after that initial shock, so they are looking very likely to pull another one here if they need it. But I imagine they won't, because actually it's turned around from an AP 2-3-4-5 into an AP bottom 2 by quite a mile.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, they'll need some help here to be able to come back. I don't think Joris is shrooming there, so that shouldn't be a pen. But let the -50s roll in the chat, why not? 2 more shrooms here to be able to chain for maybe something. And it's going to have to be good. No, three shrooms really isn't going to do it. Chills, it feels like Chills is holding on to something, but with lap 3, it's Kevin here going around. Lucy getting caught out. Triple Greens in 3rd. It's looking like AV takes it here.
Thunder actually made his way back. Maybe last second shock to pull 2-3.
I don't think they can do it anymore. They're going to dodge Thunder inevitably, so that shock is not going to do much. So yeah, looks like a secure 1-3-5 maybe for AV. So yeah.
Good on them for just being able to catch up, honestly. That bottom 2 was kind of looking pretty bad for a second. And the fact that they were getting triple shrooms, at least one of the pops we were having, just getting triple shrooms all the time, that super doesn't help. But yeah, no shock really coming into play, which AV will more than take. Oliver happy to just run it up there to his pleasure.
Yeah. I'm so surprised that they got 2-4-6-8 out of that, because if you go back to lap 1 and you examine that Sob Mega by Lucid, you know, it was just so impressive how they got out of that box that they were put in so quickly. It really does show that AP has kind of wisened up from those 6 that they were doing match 1. You know, like conceding the front early on is not something you do want to do. It's not something you want to make versus AV. They can just, you know, take the front presence and run away with it, and you're never going to see first place again.
And it looks like we're pretty much restarting our war with, looks like alternating spots again. I think they're just going to, AV's just going to go for the Maple with the general 1-3-5, jump into cut, and hopefully get a good item in that 8th place or bottom spot. On the other hand, looks like, is that Grumble Volcano, if I'm reading my German correctly?
No idea. No clue.
That is Grumble Volcano. Yeah, that's Grumble Volcano. And on the other side of the spectrum, we do have Maple Treeway. Blitterveld.
Yeah, I'm no help here, but
Volcano.
all right. We'll take it. Grumble, pretty, you know, balanced for both sides, regardless of positions, but we'll see what they make of it here. We get into this one. Kevin and a great start to spot off 3rd place. Maybe even just pressing the B button a little bit is something that's more than okay to do on this track. Get yourself some triple shrooms or even a shroom.
Yeah, everybody's fishing for those shrooms to get that rock, but ooh, immediately done for Kevin. Now he's in a good position to get some good items to take that rock off.
Triple shrooms, perfect. Yeah, triple shrooms being the name of the game on this track. Gonna make sure to avoid Chills here, who maybe seems to have noticed he slowed down for a second, thought to get back up, but nah, decides against it. And yeah, should be Kevin able to take the rock off here. We do see back kick in first 2 shrooms. That's a really important grab there. But it looks like everyone seems to be having some kind of power item. I think Crash just goldened up, right?
Yeah, that's a huge break for triple shrooms. I wouldn't expect to use them all.
Honestly, this is looking much better for AV right now, because if you look, they're 1-3-4, and even though Bad Cake does have shrooms, it does look like it's Joris here in 10th. So yeah, Shock is looking much more likely for AV right now, and if they want to, they can use the second one. We did see them using 2 shocks on RBC, so they're not scared to, you know, potentially you know, take a risk and just use that.
Not gonna front. I think I heard the blue shell sound for just like a little bit, and I think it dived into the cut. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can fact check me on that, but either way, back kick with maybe what could have been a perfect POW call, but avoids with red. Maybe
Oh,
another.
nice.
Nice. Had to hop into the mud there to do that.
If you actually see, AV is holding that shock. Torp has been trying to get it out of Joris for this whole time. He's literally a lap behind. I think they're going to get him here. No, he makes the cut.
No reason to call it out, especially if they have shrooms behind. I mean, that's just the first place that's gone. Maybe they can. There's 3 AV members in the cut, I think. Maybe 2 AP in the build, though. They're going to opt to not call it. I think that's late, though. I don't know. I mean, if that's a Veil shock, I think
I'm
they.
really not sure.
Yeah, I think they probably hesitated. They saw the bill and were like, no. But we saw 2 Avail members at the corner of, I think, Backkick's perspective. And
the guy in the build was a lap behind. It was Torp.
oh, my bad. Yeah, right. Yeah. Fair. Well, then
Yeah, actually, you bring up a good point because it did look like Thunder snuck in a second there, and maybe that brings this race to a top 2 for AP.
Yeah. I don't think it was AV shock. It just doesn't make sense to have, because like they didn't dodge either of Avail's players in the cut. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a top 3 for AP. That's just wow.
Yeah.
that's so incredible. I actually did think for a long time that AV was holding it, but they just weren't able to pull it because actually at the end of lap 2, I don't know if you guys remember, but Kaizo was doing the backward strat as well. So at that point, I'm not sure if he had it or not, but yeah, Shock must have pulled sometime lap 3, and thank God that it did because it did give AP single-handedly that top 3.
Yeah, I'm looking from chat, looks like Torp made a good play on Joris, billing the shock out of him, and AP just getting it for themselves. So good on Torp for sacrificing his race there.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, maybe build, maybe trolls. I apologize. Did Torp build? We have to review that, but not looking good for AP if there is trolls for Torp, which is a little bit unexpected, but we're gonna have to review that.
The roulette is spinning, it's spinning, and we are potentially going to GCN Mario Circuit. Okay. So this is kind of a weird pick. I don't see this being picked very often. I feel like this might just be like an AV staple pick. I'm not sure. Maybe this has actually something to do with the bagging because since you don't play this track very often, I feel like Kaizo might not know how to bag, or Joris might know something that's not super obvious to Kaizo. I'm not sure, but yeah. Regardless. Luck track pick for AV, resetting their top 3. Kevin attacking that top 2 that AP had, but it's actually coming crashing down as Chilled Megas Thunder.
Nice red. To be able to get the red after 2 is huge. You might notice for everyone at home that there is a score of 0-0 on the board. That's not the case. It is also race 3. I spilled water on my keyboard. My keyboard's messing up, so I'm going to replace that. You 2 take it away.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks like AP is leading with a pretty decent lead. Kevin is able to hold off that second place. But Kaizo leading the bagging battle makes me believe AP will get this shock. Now AP occupying those top 3 spots. What are you trying to do here if you're AV, Saturn?
Honestly, I think they need to play AP's game, right? Because AP has been all about just keeping it close, just not falling behind too much. Kevin pulling SR is actually really good because if in the case that AP try to call a shock here, he can just react really quickly and he can wedge himself in those top spots. And actually it does look like they're getting weakened now. Chills getting TC'd, Thunder falling behind. They're 6-8, but I feel like they're still in those top spots. So, okay, here we go. Kevin chaining a star, pulling another star. This is really good. This makes it so that if AP is going to call the shock anytime soon, he's going to dodge with them.
Oh,
he jump chain it, and he could actually schlag it here. I feel like that might be the name of the game here, as AV is 2-3-4. They're in a significantly better position than they were before. And if he did actually get some schlags on them, I feel like they would have just secured 2-3-4. But now it comes down to the
on the line.
And the bomb actually comes back at him. You give and you take.
Oh, unfortunate. I was about to say, Kevin just pulled like the greatest items in a row. Star, triple shrooms, bomb. That's exactly what anyone would have wanted. But
yeah, I thought the 2-3-4 was secure completely, but the bomb just came out of nowhere. That was a really good throw.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm seeing that was Torp, I think. But whoever did that, good on them. Actually, not Torp. I apologize. Torp was first, but good on AP for making that play. Definitely salvaged the race. AV was going to win that with a 2-3-4. Very good on them. Now it's, I think, AP's game.
I honestly don't know because they only got 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, and that's not a winning race by much. If anything, I think it's losing by 1, right? So very balanced race regardless, but it's not exactly as as dominant as I think you're seeing it.
Yeah,
You know?
must be missing up the tags, AP,
Yeah,
AP.
both teams still skating on thin ice. I mean, it could change at any moment. Like, they could just have that one big race, and from them it could just snowball. We did see on DDR. I feel like the DDR race was really the start of AP's progression forward. I feel like that was the moment where they gained some confidence and they realized what they had to do. And the last 2 races of that match one. They really solidified AP's intelligence, I feel like, and AP's aptitude. Anyway, Warriors gold mine again.
Yeah, I think AP again going with that 1 and 8th place. Again, that 8th place can get that quick set on the top, on the left here on these zippers. And usually, if you get that bill, that's a big indication for your bagger, and it's a big potential win. We are going to see 8th place go for that box, and hopefully 1st place can just run while trailing these two and 3 places here. With AV, but looks like good play by Kevin getting the draft, but looks like a bit of lag. Unable to avoid those reds. His back kick is throwing them all over the place. Now AV is kind of playing from the back.
That was really impressive. I actually didn't. Oh, was that a bill?
Yeah, it looks like Chills pulled that bill. And
TC under pulling a TC, but this is actually good because he can schlag Thunder a little bit here, try and deny him any opportunity to get up into the final. It actually does just have to take that TC because no one is near him. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm really impressed that they were able to hold 1-3 from the get-go. And actually, they're still holding 1-3. Torp is still in 1st place, and Backkick has upgraded to 2nd place. AP running the show with top 2 here on Goldmine.
Top 2 and leading the bagging battle. Kaizo in 10th just by barely. I want to see some more backspams from AP here. I'm not sure what Torp is holding, but good on Backkick, throwing those red shells, extending his lead as much as possible. And nothing coming from Torp. Maybe he has a shroom. I don't think so. He was in 1st the whole race, so you might see Backkick overtake, but Torp might just have too much of a lead to let him do that.
How is Shock looking right now? Do we have an understanding of where? Because it's looking still really tight back there, obviously.
I think Kaizo might have it. But,
yeah.
It comes down to what happens here. So they're both going backwards. Yeah. Okay. And I think they both fell off. Wait. No. They're camping. One of them has it.
One of them I think has it. Maybe have gotten hit.
Maybe they got out.
Either way, AP top 2. I think that even if AP loses it, they clutch it. They clutch it by just holding it for that long enough.
Oh.
Blue shell comes in. It's just going to be too late. I think that's an AP.
Oh, on the line.
On the line, too. It's going to get crashed. Thunder gets a spot because of it. Yeah, Thunder holding maybe one of the AP members holding blue. AP having shock. There's no way you catch up in that situation.
I actually don't know if because I'm pretty sure Kaizo had shock, but I'm pretty sure Joris started out of him there. I'm not quite sure what happened, but either way, really good on Kaizo to just keep that, to not concede shock, because if AV did get shock, we could have seen the TS much earlier, and maybe the race would have taken a whole different turn.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Crash. I think that's the 2nd time he's gotten blued on the line after 1st has already passed in this series. But good on AP getting those items, chaining for those boxes to get and hold the blue, and getting that shock from Kaizo. So AP really is showing their dominance right now. I think just extending that lead as we go into GP2.
I mean, I kind of wonder if they keep up with that. I'll be frank. And maybe I'll pose it to y'all. How do you feel like kind of item balance has been for both of these teams in terms of shocks and blue shells?
For me, I think it's been pretty even so far. I think it really depends on what the players are hitting. I think the luck is pretty similar, but the skill and how everyone's using their items just varies a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough. So after one.
Honestly, I think the shot count is very even, and Kaizo doing just such a good job of just minimizing the amount of damage that AV can really do to AP with some of these shocks, and even pulling some really good shocks himself. And you know, as far as the blues go, I think it's even again. I mean,
Yeah.
AV did hold blue a few times, but so did AP. And you know, when AP needed it, they did get some of those blues, but so did AV. Again, it just goes hand in hand. I think the luck has been pretty even, and to even extend that tangent further, they did get their fair share of like 3rd to 4th place TCs on each team. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair enough. Cool. No, I wanted to check in just because didn't have the greatest vision. Got a new keyboard. We're good. I think this. I think Wildcard literally took a keyboard from me. So maybe one of these players' winnings would be so kind as to throw over a replacement. But
you could get a really good Corsair keyboard for like $50.
no shot. All right. I mean, if you have a link me up.
all right.
Race
Well,
5.
for now it looks like we're gonna be going to Maple Treeway.
Got their pick. Nice. Yeah.
I think AP is going to want to jump in. We might see the same from AV in their 4th place. But Backache's going to hold this, try to get Kevin out. No trail yet. I think he's going to backspin on the jack here.
You have to hope he maybe at least drag something. Yeah, if it's fib, that makes sense.
Yeah. Kevin forced to go wide, and AP Backache is just steadying his lead. Fortunately,
Ooh.
Really nice attempt from Kevin.
Yeah. Really, the fib is typically, I feel like, you know, thrown around that tree branch and dropped there. So to have held it for later, the in between, kind of smart play on Backache's side.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he also could put it here on the U-turn. That could have really caught Kevin off guard. But it was kind of risky because Torp is so close behind him.
Yeah.
yeah, and you can actually slow down people without even hitting them. You just have to pressure them with that item like Batcake was doing. So now Kevin in and more unfortunate mid-pack. So Batcake is going to have that really big lead as AP occupying 1-3 right now.
Sweet Mega. I mean, I'll hold that any day of the week, and in 4th place, especially on Maple, where, I mean, who has first here again?
Batcake.
Batcake.
Batcake? Yeah. It depends. Oh, that is so unfortunate. You do not want to be using that there.
Grief by the Wiggler.
Yeah, it's so imperative. I mean, who knows how the vagging battle is going, but like to not have that either when like, because now he can't even get in the cannon with Crash. He's just too far away.
Do we know who has shock? Did we get a good look at that?
I think the jury's still out on that one.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
another
camping
Mega.
the set.
He's gonna
Now
spam
we're
it.
still Mega going forward. Kevin activating a Mega, which means AP might have it.
Yeah, I feel like from the Mega spam alone, that has to signal that at least Avail Bagger doesn't have it, and that's pretty crucial. So
That
AP
is Kaizo puts it up there, which means Joris is probably not the one holding the shock.
Yeah. So Kevin's gonna have to find another way to catch up, and with triple greens, it's not gonna do it him justice enough to be able to catch up.
Look at that pack from top 4 to bottom 4. That is so huge, and we do see shock coming. I think that is
Target
AP.
shock. Yeah.
Target shock and Crash. Yeah, AP is going to take top 2 now. Let's see if AP can respond with these 10 seconds left in the race.
I think Crash should be able to maybe make a close. Yeah, should be able to get in the second. A red gonna come out at the very end. Thunder, what happened? What happened? What happened? Yeah. That's 2-3. 2-3 for Avail there with the last second red. I wasn't able to catch what slowed him down, but I guess maybe a banana or something of that. I didn't see him spin out though, right?
I don't think so. I think he didn't get the trick from the net or something.
Yeah, weird. That little slowdown wasn't just enough, unfortunately. It seems.
Yeah.
Like I thought it might have hit the banana for like a second, but
Yeah.
just wasn't gonna
Ooh.
do it.
Still a
2-3.
good race.
Still a good
Great to
race. Yeah. That target shock spot, like, definitely effective for getting them first. Wouldn't guarantee second unless he made sure to, you know. It would have been very close, even if he got like all the right tricks and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like that race was just AV holding on for dear life, you know, fighting for scraps, and
Right.
they definitely did do a really good job. I mean, they got 2-3 out of what looked like nothing pretty much at the beginning. I mean, it looked like a top 2 for the longest time until lap 2 cannon, and from there, you know, they were just able to stand there and eventually overtake first, but obviously the TS canceled out Crash's run in first.
Right.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Shock actually come on the wavy section or on the boost panel for Thunder to overtake Crash, but they opted for the target Shock, which is iffy due to its respawn, but seemed to work out for the rest of the players.
Yep, and we're going to go to DDR again, which did come out from the side of AP. AP very confident in Batkick to just run these tracks, and they are also posted up in 8th, which, you know, they are poised to get that 8th place kill. That coveted 8th place item that everyone likes.
Yeah, when you do see 8th place bagging for that build, it's going to help out the baggers a lot. Again, Batkick in first is very different from the last DDR race where AV overtook them very quickly. So now we got AP in the lead. They're going to hopefully hold this. Oh, good snipe by
Nice.
Kevin.
Oh, and the snipe on him. Okay. Nutty. A banana somehow getting onto the people behind. Okay, the insane amount of bananas that they're able to hit people so consistently.
Oh.
Green onto him as well. Kevin, you're nuts.
Mid snipe maybe? Nah.
No. He's not nutty enough. Or maybe.
Oh, bomb on
Bomb?
the... Oh, wow.
Okay, Jesus Christ. What? I don't...
What is it?
Oh,
Bracket.
Stuff is just flying everywhere on this track.
Oh, they want it so bad. That $300 is going to buy them.
For sure. And actually, Kaizo, we just got a glimpse of him. He's getting that first box in 10th after both of them fell off here. There's a blue
Easy
coming
pass.
for AV.
Yeah.
Another bomb.
Another... You have to be kidding me. Well, I don't think it lands on at least... Well, it doesn't land on at least Kevin. They're not going to be able to avoid the power. No big
It's
deal.
a war zone out here, for sure.
Yeah. AV
And those...
in
The pack
2-3 right now. Pack is pretty tight, yeah.
And actually, Kaizo running forward again, so... I'd actually go into the safe slot. That indicates that he definitely has shock. That's actually a common spot for baggers because the other bagger pretty much has to have a star to get there and get it out of you. So AP confirmed have shock. It just remains to be seen what they do with it.
Ooh. What do you guys do if you're AV hero? How do you respond?
I mean,
I don't think you can. I don't think you have many options.
the draft is certainly probably the best option you have at that. Just try to stay alive and stay afloated with all these people falling behind. I mean, they just have to hope for like a shroom here, really, and making sure to not hit any back spam. Backkick is in a really great position to maybe throw them off guard. Maybe back spam wide here. No, he's not going to play the back spam game at least. AV gets 2-3. AP doesn't really seem to make much use of that shock, actually.
Yeah, looks like bottom 2 for AP. Unfortunate there. AV must have done a really good job to keep him back there, especially with that TC pass from Kevin to Chills. That really, Backkick was their only frontal presence at that point.
For sure, yeah. And I feel like AV did a really good job staying up there in 2-3 because, I mean, if you just look at the mini-map and see third, even the distance from third to fourth, it's just so gargantuan. It was just really hard to fight. And yeah, AV still securing 2-3, 5-6. So managing the best out of a sticky situation again.
Well,
Yeah, I just want to shout out Batcake and Torp for, I think they've really been the MVPs for their team so far. Torp was really, you know, handling the shock against Joris on GV and then front running the last 2 races of the GP, and now Batcake holding that lead for AP this GP. So really good to see them doing what I don't think they did last war, was getting to the front a lot. So glad to see them finally pushing that.
right on. And the score, I believe, great question. Getting an update
It
on
had
that.
to be really close, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
super
AP
close.
is-
189 to 177. So actually, not too much ground made in the last race, but still a race win nonetheless for AV, who have fallen a little bit behind by 12 points.
These last 3 races have just been so close, and now we're going to Coconut Mall, which actually, the last time we played it was a huge favor for AV because they did get top 2-5 on it.
Interesting. Well, guess here we go with it.
Kevin actually going for the right escalator because he does will be contested when he goes to the left escalator. Failing a little bit, not very characteristic of Kevin, who did break away instantly last time he played. And now, it looks like more of AV are in the back.
Yeah, this is not what you want to see, especially on this track. Any minor fail just completely makes it so difficult to catch up to
Jesus.
AP. And now AV just, oh my god, TC Mega'd. Oh, this is looking really bad for AV. They're going to need the shock to catch up at this rate with top 2 so far gone.
That was a nightmare sequence for AV right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. How does that even? That's just so ridiculous that can even happen. This kind of lead is so unfortunate. I mean, Kevin able to hold his star for now. It's a great spot to be able to take it in with, at least as long as there's all these players around. That being said, Ollie Frey getting taken down. Gonna go ahead and use it.
He's just forced to use a star, and even if they don't have track, he just has to use it because he's so far behind top 2.
Yeah.
I don't even think he has any hope of catching up at this point. I think they're just playing for scraps again. They're just playing for everything behind the
Yeah, they have to be playing for middle spots and making sure to get rid of Torp. Unfortunately, that bomb is not going to make it under that low clearance, so cannot be going for all the items they can get. And yeah, you can see Kevin is desperate. Another bomb may be able to hit it from this angle. Not quite the angle. No way. Yeah.
Blue is out, though.
Blue is out, which, yeah, they had to have been cycling for. Megapole, nice, okay. I mean,
I don't think it's enough. Look at that lead.
Yeah, it's just, this top 3 seems insurmountable. Maybe break the 3rd place, but Torp even just has at least triple shrooms, maybe even more than that, just judging from how much he moved up.
Good plays by AV. Oh, that TC, that's going to seal the deal.
Yeah, yeah. Literally just like those first lap plays being so huge on AP's part.
Yeah, unfortunate to see Kevin make that mistake at the start. I think that really costed them that frontal presence, and that could have been definitely different. Is this a top 4? Top 4 from AP coming in.
This is so bad for AV. For AP, they are just happy, that much more happier to be going into what will be race 8 with a huge as hell lead. What, probably towards like high 30s, maybe even 40 points.
Top
Jesus.
4, I believe, is at plus 31, if I remember correctly. So they're going to be up almost 40 points. Yeah, this is AV not looking good right now.
That's the plus 31 right there, like you said.
Insane. Couldn't even get the back point.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like AP completely learned from the last CM race in the last match, because in that race it was a very different story. It was AV running the show and completely just denying any kind of space from those mid spots, and they did get top 25 out of it, but this time AP wisened up and they just came prepared, and they knew what they had to do and they did it perfectly. Top 4 for them.
Now, this is where I think AV, in terms of like how used to they are these kind of circumstances, and like I think how strong their general mental is for these situations, this is super where it comes into play. Because I think for most teams, most situations, like you look at this and it's really hard to come back from this, especially a top 4. Like that doesn't happen at this level of play very often. Coming back from that is so often for teams way too damn difficult. So not only to be able to perform as best as they can, but to stay mentally in it to be able to do so is very difficult. We'll see if AV can pull it all together here.
Oh, and this is such an unfortunate thing because this favors AP quite a lot. This is a Coach Factory, one of the most runnable tracks in the game.
Insult to injury, CM to TF, the very hard tracks to get those come back on. So as you see AP occupying that top 3 again, Kevin's going to try his best to break it.
Sick chains, though. I mean, like, the timing on those chains, especially for that shroom. At least to have protection here is big. Because if 4th place gets a red here and he didn't get that box, it would have been over.
If he decides not to block the shroomless, I would have liked to see that from them to really mess up Kevin. But like, Kaizo going backwards, I think he pulled Bill, so this is AV's chance to get the shock in 9th right now.
Not going to be able to get the red on Torp. Torp's role here has to be big. It's a top 3-5 for AP. There's a blue shell coming in, though, and this pack isn't the most far gone, at least for some members of AV. Guy has to get a snipe.
This is the make or break moment. This is so close. He actually doesn't manage to get the combo on back kick, but he was really close, and now all of AV are up here.
And the thundercloud, too.
Much less sure than it was like a lap ago. And another blue coming out for AV. That's going to target Thunder again.
Gets on the Torp, though, somehow. I mean, yeah. And a bomb here for third is so big for AP. I don't know how they come back here.
Oh.
That gets... what just happened to everyone? Okay, did it get everyone? Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure Thunder legged out of it. Okay, that's an AP top 3 right now. Thunder,
Yeah.
that's the formation going into lap 3, slight advantage over everyone else, but
This
everyone else, you know,
shock.
having those good items.
This shock has to be so big. Like, the back 4 back there have to really just be praying for everything. If they cannot come back from 2 top 3s, top 4s in a row. There's a star in the back for Kevin. All afraid maybe holding on to something. Crap, they're all in their stuff. No shock to be found. That is curtains for them unless they can spam it last seconds. That is it. If they had shock, they might have even gone top 3, but that's not going to be the case. Avail is going to go down with a huge deficit going into last GP.
That is going to be so hard for Avail to come back now. That is another, almost 30-point lead that AP just gained. So AV is going to have to really step up these next 4 races. We're going to have to see a lot of frontal presence and shocks on the AV side now.
Yeah. It's
Man.
looking rough, for sure.
I feel like AP is like the sort of Gryffindor where everything that is poisonous, they just absorb and make themselves stronger.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, AP, I feel like just like downloaded AV, just downloaded them, and now they just know how to play them. They're playing so differently from how they were playing the first war. So I'm glad they finally adjusted to AV, but AV's gonna have to do the same. But we've seen comebacks, you know, in 4 races. We've seen higher comebacks. So this is
For sure.
nothing that's unfamiliar to AV. So if there's any team to do it, this
guess.
lineup definitely can.
I guess, but like, God, it's a 58-point deficit, dude. I don't know how you...
How do you come back from that? I
Like-
mean, we know you're good, but are you that good?
And are you that lucky too at the same time? You don't get that with just being good. Like, not like against a team like AP's first team right now. I mean, I think what's important to note is how much AP built off of the 3rd race in last GP. Like, having the TF pick right after that is so huge. And they top 2 really being able to coast for the most part. And it really goes back, like, I mean, we talk about, like, you know, the kind of misplay on Kevin's part on Coconut, like, just at the very beginning, just, like, that, if you look at things like that, those things can, like, looking back at it, that actually has a huge impact in this context now, right? So, yeah, how does Avail just respond to that generally? I mean, yeah, AP hats off for the play, but also some of it was just from, like, the course pick, right? And just being able to keep that momentum and make sure that, of course, they played their best. Now,
Honestly, I just think AV are shell shocked.
yeah. Also, Kevin. Shout outs to Kevin, just like TC God apparently. I feel like I've seen in the last 2 races just like a few TCs here and there.
Yeah, for sure.
We are another DK Summit, so another good track pick for AP with 1-3 and back kicking first. So he is going to be able to maintain that first place. He is a very proficient runner. Kevin also is one as well. So see if they can AP can get Kevin out of here. We're going to see AP not decide to backspam, just holding that Nana. Oh, big Fib Snipe from Kevin. That's exactly what they needed as they hopefully build on this little momentum now that they have on DPS.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't. I do wonder what everyone is holding, right? The obvious double shortcut, a great place to hold up your stuff. But I mean, at this level, everyone's just going to be taking it. You can't really not take it.
AP is occupying some of those bottom 3 spots. So it just really depends what the baggers do. And I see someone going forward. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call to say. I guess they may have pulled it early or gotten Bill or something. I don't know.
There's Bill as well. That's getting AP.
Nice for AV's sake at least. Has to make sure to avoid that red there. That's so dangerous. Able to do that for now though. 2 shrooms in 4th, decent enough. AV looking at like they're in some good spots here. I'm curious what. Oh, back kick it may be able to land something on the Olafray, and so now their lead is cut to a 1-3 only, 1-3-5 now instead of the 1-3-4.
It's interesting how there's no shock coming out here because
Blue shell.
I mean, a blue shell for AV. That's
Wait, does back kick shoot? No. Okay, he avoids it. He avoids it. Nice on his part.
yeah. But now this is basically a 1v1 in the front versus back kick versus Kevin. If he backs him on the double here, it's over for him.
Okay, I thought he wasn't gonna make that for a second. Green. No way.
Oh,
Back kick. Line check. Shot coming in. Pow at the end.
Shot coming through.
I don't think it does anything though. I mean, maybe Lucid gets big early. No, it's just not gonna be enough. AV, I think if they're lucky, they get like 2, 4, 5. But that it doesn't even look like they get that.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't see from the cluster of the players that was coming through. I honestly, I don't know whose shot that was. Do you guys know who shot that was?
I mean, hard to say.
It seemed really neutral in terms of impact. I honestly think that was just an AP shock to potentially cancel out some people on AP streaming.
Yeah, that's actually probably it. Because at that point, yeah, AV. Oh my God, Lucid going from like 4th to 6th at the end too. Probably because of that shock. Even if they don't have items, yeah, it's just good to call it if AV had shrooms or if they weren't in the star. And if AP's behind, they just grow up and are able to use like the half pipe to speed on up and grow up. Get some leads on them.
and now AV even in a tougher spot than they were before.
Yeah.
The 134. This might be the nail in the coffin. What do you guys think?
Yeah, this is the beginning of the end for AV, I think. I don't think they have it left in them to bring it back. I mean, what is that, like 70 points now that you have to make up for in 3 races? You better bring out your A game.
Literally no shot. Like literally, I just, it's just not happening. I mean, shoutouts if they make it happen. I don't know what juice is being cooked. I feel like I mean, looking at bagging, I feel like Jorce is doing a good job of getting in 10s from what I've been able to notice. So it has to just keep that up. I don't know about that race in particular. So I don't really think it's that much. I mean, that being an issue. Yeah, it's really tough to say.
The thing is just like Kaiser has been really good at canceling them out because like on TF they could have definitely pulled the shot because they had Bill, but Kaiser just managed to keep it shotless, and that's really what won AP the race. I feel like even though they did take 2 blues, if there was a shot on the side of AP, they were done. So
yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, another good track pick I think for AP. Those top spots occupying all those sets, it's going to be very hard for those bottom spots to get any good items to really break into those top spots. And that kick is a very
that
run.
fib snipe is so nutty. Yeah, I mean, if you have good lines, you're able to set up for that snipe pretty well consistently. But job well done on Kevin to do that.
That kick only at TC, but shouldn't be any issue here. Holding that star. Oh no, almost.
No, yeah, almost. Had us thinking. Bomb onto, I think, who's that? I wasn't able to tell.
It's like Torp.
Yeah, okay. So AP in at least 6-7.
I think AP's actually occupying top 2. I don't see AV in those mid spots and in 6-7 looks like. So AP occupying those top spots.
It does look like the top 2 indeed for AP. Yeah.
This Golden's going to do massive numbers for them. Red maybe, no, not able to connect on the chills there. So AP occupying 3 of the top 4 spots. And blue, that's going to land. Yeah, Crash now right behind and back. Crash has to have some huge plays here.
Yeah,
Sure. This is the matchup with the Titans here. I mean, Bad Cake, Crash, and now Kevin joining the mix 2 and 3rd. Bad Cake's got to be feeling the pressure here.
Yeah, but this is where Bad Cake shines. He is incredible at driving, amazing lines, so I don't see them catching up to him very easily. And it's like AP unfortunately getting that TC.
No way! He gets it midair. No way. Okay. Oh. He just was not on the right line. Someone dodges in a Mega and in a Star, though.
That is AP.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
It probably is curtains at this point. Wait. Olifere? Okay. First place.
Olifere was the one that dodged in the Mega, and Torp is the one that dodged the Star. Olifere
blue shell as well.
Going into the last corner of the, and he gets blued.
Oh, the snipe! Okay. What does that lead, though, AV? What else do you have? I don't know. Olifere way back in 7th. They get 5-7. AV gets 5-7.
That's not good enough of a race.
No, it's not a good enough race, but, like, they need a certain kind of race to just keep them in it. Do their top 2 spots do enough to keep them in it? And if it is, then the banana snipe clutched that. Holy shit.
I think it was the blooper that actually the bananas were on the on the rail. I don't know if anyone sniped him. Can you confirm that?
Dude,
Yeah,
okay.
I think he was just blind as a bat.
No. I heard a banana thrown. I swore. Okay. If they were already there, fine. But I swore to God, I heard a banana.
Really want
That is
that.
another 134 for AP. They just keep them coming. They just have endless juice left in the tank.
Yeah, I think that's it. Actually.
I think that's it.
Okay. If they get two top fives in a row, they can do it. They tie it up. That's literally it, though. That is their win condition.
This is the most insane win condition I've ever heard. But you know what? Let's see it. Let's see if they do it.
I mean, that's all we have to really watch for, I guess. At this point, AP's already getting their orders in on Amazon or on Uber Eats or whatever they're going to be using their money for. It's already being planned. I would be so cocky at this point if I was them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and why not?
So, let me ask you guys the big question, okay? What would you do with the money that you would win from this tournament?
I mean, just like buy like
Well,
2
how would you
meals.
invest it?
Put it in Dogecoin.
I'd probably put it in like sports betting. I've been big on that. Shout out to the Knicks. Yeah, that's really all it would go to. I mean, hopefully we could make that 60 into 6,000, but that would be the strat. I think for these fellas, I mean, oh, bad cake. What are you doing? That might if it's a DC before the race, then it should be fine, right? Oh wait,
AB is actually using one of their resets to go all run to sub Joris.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, what are you? But yeah, that absolutely makes sense. All right, fair enough. That's what they got to do, I guess. All run and, I mean, yeah, maybe hope for a penalty of any kind. I feel like AP's got to be kind of knowing that they really have to mess up and they really can't mess up with any penalties here. So that probably won't happen. But yeah, it's for Avail here. No, it absolutely won't happen.
2 top 5s to win. Yeah,
No, can you think of a time that has ever happened? Like that, there's just no way. If one top 5 happens, then great. I'm happy for them.
it would literally be the greatest comeback probably ever for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
2 top 5s.
Okay, yeah, but it's literally not going to happen, so I don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, I mean,
No, why are you a downer? Why are you downing them?
Because it literally has not ever happened in like the 12 years. Like, I literally do not need to say any more on this.
No, there's a first time for everything, man.
I mean, maybe, but we'll see about that. I mean, in other news, Bracket A, I think they're looking to schedule to play their match at Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see if they can. It's looking like that might be the way that moves, at least. And maybe we can try to catch a glimpse of it. Unfortunately, this will be spread out more than we'd like it to be, but hey, what can we do? Otherwise, though, probably going to get the action for the finals of Bracket A towards next weekend, as we should have our matchup settled, hopefully by then. And you'll be able to catch the action here at EndGameTV 1. If you are curious, definitely follow on Twitter for any updates, as we'll be sure to keep you all posted for when the match will be moved to.
Good. I just want to say thank you to the big support. I see a lot of viewers. Usually don't see this many people watching MKW at this time, so I really want to appreciate everybody for tuning in to this tournament. Especially a money tournament, not something that happens a lot in Mario Kart. So awesome! Thank you guys for the support.
For sure, yeah. I saw that we nearly hit 300 viewers, and I was like, oh my god. I am thankful for every single person watching this.
Literally
and
every single, yeah.
And yeah, and I hope you enjoyed our casting so far. It's been a really, really pleasant experience for me.
Yeah, it really. I mean, just from the production side, it's been a pleasure to listen. At least I'll give you that thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what these next 2 races have in store for us. But if nothing else, it's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you guys for watching Wildcard. If you are curious for more information, there is a thread up on Mario Kart boards for the tournament. It should have a link to the Discord server as well. You can join that directly for updates to the tournament and where you can catch the action.
Yeah, and we just want to say we want to do this like consistently. We want to have the staff on Wildcard. We want to do this like, monthly or even bi-monthly if we can. So if this gets some good support, we'll always have some money prizes for MKWe. So
yeah,
looking forward to that.
Also, big shout outs to the teams that played. Like, I think a money tournament has generally just very much struggled to take off because there's just like so much hesitation. I mean, historically because of obviously like cheats, but even after like, the being able to have CTTP, like it's still just like, bro, why am I gonna put money into this tournament when I don't even have a chance? But the 12 teams that gathered today, like, even if they aren't able to finish up their bracket, these are teams that have their own separate brackets. There's 3 brackets in play, and there's all a chance for money. And so I think just like the community buy-in is so important to being able to create tournaments with bigger stakes that ultimately ends up being able to create bigger audiences. So big shout out to the players and the teams that were down to make this happen, because yeah, this kind of stuff, pay-in tournament and then to be able to have a cash prize on top of it, we're hitting the $1,000 prize pool. That's just big.
Yeah, well said, Eirik.
Thanks, I tried.
But looking at AV, what do you guys? I know it's almost impossible, but what do you guys do if you're? What's your game plan? What do you guys?
GV2,
what do you talk about
GV2, GCN Mario Circuit. You sub in Jam. You get the DK Mountain lineup back together. I don't know what else. What do you think? What do you think, Saturn?
Honestly, I don't know. I honestly think that you just have to. Okay, step 1, go all run. Step 2, pick GV2. Step 3, next race, you got to pick something wacky, something that you don't play very often, something like Desert Hills or Shy Guy Beach, even.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I mean, the goal here, if you're new to Mario Kart, the goal here with the all-run strat is just generally around, like, you have to have, like, basically a short track to limit the amount of time that the opposing team's bagger can get the shock. And still yet somehow a track that you can catch up on. GV2 is just being a very short track, a very generally hectic, a very narrow track that a lot of things can happen on, so we might see that come in from AV. Most notably, though, AV being a team that has pulled off one of the most insane comebacks in like the history of the game, and that actually taking place on DK Mountain, which is definitely not a track that you should be able to do that on.
Oh, they're hovering over GV2, and actually they do pick it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll make sense here.
And Jungle Parkway from AP doing a cannon track, so just showing that they are going to go for those shocks, and that's what they really want to limit AV from getting those shocks to catch up. But AV will probably have someone stick in 9th if it is not GV2, is it? It is not. So they're going to have someone in
Jungle Parkway, baby, let's go. AV's going to have it no other way. They're forced to play AP's hand.
Yeah, this is a rough pull, but at the same time, we are seeing... I mean, the thing is AP knows, like, if AV tries anything, if their 9th just tries slowing down for anything, like, that's just something that players are smart enough to, like, not mess around with that. AP will drive backwards. They're just driving forwards, or staying with the pack, at least for now, it seems like the play is. Or at least to not drive backwards. As we see the AP bagger being Waluigi. Back again, Daisy, interesting.
Yeah, AP is occupying that top 3. Oh, Ballin came in. I didn't even notice that. My man doing
Ballin
work
came
here.
like a wrecking ball. He does get back kick with that mega.
Okay, triple red's out. Yeah. Well, it looks like I think triple shrooms here being used here. It looks like okay, bomb down on Ballin, so not really good on their part to be this far back behind. AP holding 5-6 right now. Bill coming up to catch up, it seems, maybe. I'll throw out a question for y'all. Are you supposed to be able to do that Daisy pick?
I was, as far as MKPS rules, I think you can do it if it's not Magic Cruiser. I will have to review that.
Okay.
However,
That might be, we talked about avoiding penalties, and just like all you have to do is just like not Just
Yeah,
not. If they know better than us, great. But yeah, just little concern. Anyway, lap 2. Star for back kick here. Pog. They've got to have the shock at this point. We have no glimpse on who is up there. I don't know if it's possible to get Kevin's perspective if he's better off or something, but...
Yeah, one of AV is actually just trying to get the shock out of Kaizo, so that's pretty much confirmation that they have it at this point.
Yeah. Kevin up here in first, Ollie in second. I mean, they do have a great run here, and AP did have 6, 7, 8 from when we just last saw. Shock does come in. I'm curious to see what's happening back there. Yeah, back kick with the star. That's got to be a dodge coming in here.
Here come blue lines.
Yeah.
Golden in 5th. Yeah, this might just be a first place for him.
Yeah, honestly, they were top 4 before this, but you know, if one single thing goes wrong, they're just complete.
The backspin, that's huge. Okay, the early Golden's going to force him to not take cut, I believe.
Oh my god.
He's definitely not making cut. Lucid's got to do something here. They're getting red at the end, I think, yeah? Oh, but Crash is back here. Yeah, no way.
This is such a cramp pack. I don't understand. Yeah.
That's got to be it.
Unfortunately, it was over when I saw Chills crossing the line because he was taking cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hats off to AP. Assuming there's no other nothing. Assuming we got that penalty thing wrong. I think that should be curtains. Probably play out the last raise, or maybe not. I don't know. 22. Yeah, that'll be enough to do it. 23, 29, 33, 36. 36 to 25 race win, I think, for AV. And the AP bottom 3. I mean, they still lose on Jungle Parkway, which is insane.
Well, congrats to Apocalypse. I think this is something they really needed, especially with a rough start in MKPS. This is a good comeback for them to win 3 hundo. So put that into whatever you want, boys.
Hats off. Hats off. Yeah. And I mean, for Avail, how are they doing in MKPS right now? Maybe like 3-2-0 or 2-1, 3-0?
It's been 4 weeks. I think they're leading their division 2.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be go.
They actually 3-0. So they are right up there with Moonblast.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these random track picks just shows, they know they're not in it, so it's just for fun at this point. Just one last race.
Honestly, I respect AP a lot for pulling that one out of the hat. I mean, after that match 1, I just really wasn't sure which way it was going to go, and it was very, very close up until that, what was it, DR race?
Right. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, CM race, yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, this is a side of AP I've never seen before, and honestly, if they were feeling demotivated and they struggled to find their confidence before, I feel like this is just going to reinvigorate them and basically just breathe new life into them as a team.
Yeah, it's got to be definitely a great win to have on their ends. I mean, yeah, if you're struggling in MKPS and get a win like this, that's bound to do huge numbers for you. Back in with a golden, nice. Unfortunately, gets powered out of it here.
Should be fun.
Yeah, Avail going for the honor point at this point. Back eight going for the montage maybe. Oh, but unfortunately he's gonna get montage himself. And Crash maybe we off at this point. I don't know why you wouldn't.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that Funky is struggling back there, and I think, yeah, probably just calling it in. Maybe, you know, why not even troll? Why not bust up the star and have some fun that way?
Do a little trolling.
Yeah, can engage with it. Crash coming up, making his way downtown. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get too much. It seems. I think a triple shrooms, golden up for back cake here. Should be able to avoid all the mess.
They suddenly conceded everything, and it looks like AP just got top 3-5 to really seal the deal, to put the nail in the coffin, to rub the salt in the wound right in there.
Yeah.
Metaphor. There we go. Big win for AP. Congrats to them. I played very well. Shut down AV.
Yeah.
So good play by AV. They were really in it. Close war. Just if they had
it's
a little
literally
more
those two races. It's like it's just you can't catch up from that. You can't give up that big of races, unfortunately. And fortunately for AP, yeah, just huge race for them. Hats off to them. I would say quite a bit of an upset for them. Upset wins gotta be nice to take.
Yeah, all the way through. I feel like it was just so. I knew AP was a D1 team, but I just didn't. I didn't understand their true power level. They've been hiding it from me.
Yeah, absolutely. They maybe have more to show the rest of us in the next coming weeks in MKPS, and we look forward to that. Of course, if you're looking forward to seeing more of these teams playing on a regular basis, that's taking place at the Mario Kart Professional Series. You can tune into that action generally on twitch.tv/Mario Kart Boards, or you can head over to mariokartboards.com and check out the action that's currently going on there. But yeah, otherwise, we will have basically other matches for Wildcard coming in the next week. Likely the finals to determine who gets the biggest chunk of change, $500 in the Bracket A finals. That'll be coming up likely next week. So yeah, I mean, that's really it for today, I believe. Any last thoughts here, Lexin, Saturn, before we head on off?
Just checking media.
Go ahead, Lexin. Sorry.
No, just yeah.
No.
Just big thank you to everybody who showed up. You have any opinions, Eirik, about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, huge on, like, shout outs to the staff that made it all come together. Shout out to Wildcard staff for bringing it all together. Shout outs to AP, who I believe we're going to be having on for a little interview before we head off, about how the match went. We'll see.
Something special to top it all off. I like it. Let's get AP in the call.
Yeah, why not? Because yeah, after a 2-0 win like that, you just kind of have to. Why not?
For sure. I can't even imagine how happy they must be right now.
Yeah.
I'd be jumping in my room. I would be doing the hungry box.
Yeah. Honestly, the pop, even just for like your regular MKPS match, I feel like it's just like so easy to get like in the zone and just like very much just like. Yeah, just like taking it seriously, and it's, I don't know, it's the passion for the game that we have. I think we have, I guess a few people in here, to say the least. Hey, folks.
Hello.
I believe that's Batcake, Torp, and Thunder that we have. In the room that we have here. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Sick. Well, I mean, just being able to come out with a 2-0 win. Did it pan out the way you guys were anticipating, I guess, just both matches?
Yes, we were expecting to win the whole thing coming into it. We had a lot of confidence in ourselves.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it turned out that the second match of the finals where things really clicked.
Yeah, I feel like we
we're
played
just
better
so
and better
glad. Yeah,
as the matches
yeah.
went on.
Oh yeah. I think one of their biggest mistakes was them not contesting for 8th at all. It just destroyed a lot of their mid spots most of the tracks.
Yeah, I pulled like 3 or 4 bills. I feel like they didn't really get that many either. Like
Yeah.
They weren't
really
going for it whatsoever, and it costed them.
I mean, this could be because these guys generally play Mogi. Like, if you think of like Kevin, Yusuf, and Ash, like they generally play Mogi. So, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you, what do you guys think was like the big turning point for you guys? Like, I know you guys were so close at
Sucks.
first floor.
It was
Sucks.
like
Ball was a big one.
we got like
Definitely
every shot.
sucks.
Yeah, it felt like we played.
top
Kaizo's
off.
crazy shots, like 4 in a row or 3.
Yeah,
from
that was
3
really
tracks.
the breaking point.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't put as much respect on Kaizo's name as we should have. You guys wanna, I don't know, back up your boy? Tell me all about it. How did he do this war?
Or Kaiser.
Amazing.
I mean, we got like most of the shocks. I feel like
He was
I can't-
MVP for
I can't
sure.
really remember a track that they got chalk now. that I think
Yeah,
about it.
every race just became 20 times easier because he pulled them all so fast too. It was really helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I guess to give a backstory on me, I started bagging like back in September, and it only took me a few months to like jump from AP or from nothing to MV, and then I joined KG for a bit, and then I'm playing D1 for AP1. Like in the matter of like only a couple months, like I improved very quickly.
So
That is
proud of you.
crazy.
So proud.
That's
So
right.
proud of you,
Like,
Kaizo.
Respect, man. Respect,
Like
man.
I watched your stream earlier when it first started, and the match like versus L, where I got subbed out. I did not do too well that match. That was kind of like a warm-up match. I took like the team decided it would be better just for me to, practice again, and I joined back. The second match L, I pulled a lot of shocks, so the team was happy. But then we went into AP versus AV, and I kept my groove, I was just pulling shock after shock most of the time, and
You tell him.
it was clutching for the team, and I'm glad the team thinks I'm the MVP for this. I'm so thankful.
Definitely. I'm so happy you're here, man. Because
Yeah, it was a great tournament.
we basically subbed Kaizo out the first match because he wasn't pulling any shocks, but he really proved himself worthy, and I'm so proud of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was around Coconut Mall. I think we did really well there because
where we got the top 4-9, and after that top 4, we just kept momentum, like just race after race. It was once we had that race, we couldn't. We're forced to be reckoned with.
What was the atmosphere?
Sam was just one.
We
were very focused. Like, weren't really tilting at all.
Yeah, after every single race, I told these guys, no matter how much we're winning by, it's not over. We haven't won yet. Don't do anything stupid. Every single race.
Torp did good. We usually have a really messy call, but this is a lot more fluid.
Team Dara.
Mm.
Yeah, Team Dara, dude.
Back on the map.
The chemistry.
Run it back.
Plus
bro.
chills, hey.
Plus chills.
Yeah, plus chills. Good job, chills. You owned them. I didn't know that when it happened, but you owned them.
Speaking of CM, when it was definitely probably the biggest turning point in the war, I pulled a Mega in 4th. I'm not sure if Stream saw, but the 3 of them ended up getting killed. One of them got starred and pulled a TC, so we were just 15 seconds ahead.
We're so gone top 2, yeah.
After that play, it was over.
But
so this push was really big.
Did you guys have like a game plan? I know War 1, like AV, I felt like was occupying a lot of the top spots, and GP2 was immediately back kick, and Torp always up there. Did you guys switch up anything mentally?
We didn't switch up anything between GPs, but we had the mindset going in that AV is known for running, so we needed to step up and prove that we were the superior team.
Yeah. Especially with Crash coming in for them. That was definitely a little worrying, but
I also think hosting helped us a decent amount.
Yeah. It does a lot, especially with back kick. Like, if you have someone like back kick who's really fast and doesn't really fail, if he's starting first, then like he's just gonna go away.
Yeah,
and
if he has good
that's
support,
what you saw,
he's
especially GP2.
Sure. Torp, I want to ask you. From over here from the caster's desk, it did seem like you were the the main Schlager. Is that true? How do you feel about that?
I was doing. I'd say I was doing it all a little bit here and there. I don't know. I just kind of see the opportunities as they come and do what it takes to win. I don't know. I know I can trust my teammates to score points if I set them up right, so I just focus on that.
Checks out. Makes sense. What are y'all? I mean, maybe the most important question. What are you gonna do with your money?
Invest. I will invest into Bitcoin probably.
Oh man.
Grow my Bitcoin farm.
I'm gonna hit up my plug.
Let's go. Let's go. That's
the balling.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, honestly, that's a fire response. Yeah, I mean, I guess Torp, Thunder, what are y'all gonna do with your money?
Now that I think about it, I just got a new pair of rollerblades, and I'm gonna buy like a cape to wear around when I go rollerblading. People are gonna look out their windows and be like, "That guy is so cool." It's gonna be tight.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Helmet and everything.
I'm not gonna buy something serious with my Mario Kart money.
Good.
Might just put it towards like an HD60. I don't know.
That's an actual good idea.
That is a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I mean, I have like an Avermeet LGP, so it's decent, but HD60 brings it up, and the software is a lot better. So.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until Bean saves us with spectator mode, I would very, very much appreciate that. So.
True.
Oh, yes.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, otherwise, I don't really know any other thoughts you want to leave us off on. I guess as we conclude the stream.
Follow me on Twitch.
Yes. Plug it? What is it?
Torpedo21. I'll be in the chat.
Yeah. I remember the numbers. I'm like, no, there's no way he's saying that. Okay, fair. Any other
Yeah.
plugs?
Pretty much it. Besides CS and MKPS, we can turn that shit around.
That's
too.
right.
Yeah,
Castos,
we're open right
Castos.
now, but shit will
Yeah.
change, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my semester just ended, so I'm back in the game.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna be
right.
Doing
grinding a lot
good.
more, and hopefully just keep pushing through D1. That'll
Yeah.
be it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Congrats, guys. This played really well.
Congrats, guys.
Again,
Thank you.
enjoy your money.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Enjoy
you all.
the money. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You
Good
guys
job
have
with
a
the
great
tournament.
day.
You
Take
too.
care,
Take
y'all.
it easy.
All right,
See you
GG,
stream.
thanks for the cast.
And I guess, yeah, I guess from that point, Saturn, Lexin, it's been a pleasure. We've heard it from them, and obviously excited to have won, and yeah, hopeful for the energy that can bring to the MKPS lineup. I guess, yeah. Any last thoughts or thoughts from the interview?
They were just a bunch of great guys. I don't know. I feel like all their answers were really solid, and I liked all of them. I got a really good impression from all of them.
Yeah.
They seemed very happy to win. I feel like this meant a lot to them. I do think Chills' investment is a little.
No, it's so good. That's so good. I like it. Yeah, that's actually no. Chills is the MVP in my book now. All right, fair enough. Well, here's to y'all for the day, and I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope that Chad has a great day, and yeah, tune in for next week as we look forward to kind of wrapping up Wildcard and look forward to some more best of 3 series action. But yeah, thank you, Lexin, Saturn, and thank you to the Wildcard staff and everyone that's been a part of it for making it happen. And we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. See y'all.
Next time.